What's going on, guys? And welcome to episode 106 of the Taste Cast, a weekly podcast where we talk about things, react to things, do a bunch of random shit. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Kris.
And we are in a new month. We're in a new year. Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a fun, good time. Hopefully you're stoked for 2020 and how it's going to take all your money with new consoles and huge fucking titles coming out. You guys know. But before we get into that part of the year, we have some quick reminders for this month to download and play Goat Simulator and Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. Both offer for free on PlayStation Plus. Make sure to download those, play those. Come back at the end of the month for Plus Club. Let us know what we thought of those games. All those games, fucking 3 games in one of those packages. That's a lot of fucking game to play. Tell us what you thought of them, and we'll tell you what we thought of them. And our game of the month randomly picked is Vindictus. It is a free-to-play, so you have nothing to lose. I think it's only on PC, though. Action RPG, where you run around and you slice shit up in fashionable stylistic ways, and you level up and you get skills and shit. So make sure to play that as well. Or if you played in the past, come back for Game of the Month. Let us know what you thought of that. We have Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. And we got TikTok. You can check us out, Tasty Loot Gaming. I think that's everything. My name's Seth. I am Seth. I already talked about this. Yeah, with every Taste Cast, we typically start with what we've been playing. But we're going to first off jump into releases for this month, because I feel like it'd be a quicker conversation, a little more streamlined. So yeah, the first week of every month, we typically talk about game releases of that month. So this month has a very, very short list, which I actually really welcome, because there's always so many games coming out every month that I'm just like, oh God, I'm not gonna have time to play in my back burner games. So I'm very happy about this. So with that, I'm just going to go through this list, tell you what it's coming out for, and when it's coming out, or if it already came. Well, no, it's only the 5th. So, yeah. Anyway, jumping in. On January 9th, we have Monster Hunter Iceborne finally coming out for PC. We have on January 17th, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. They have a new pre-order section, which is really throwing me off on this list. They used to just have the platform and the release date. Now it's like pre-order here. I don't care. Who's paying you to do that?
Them.
January 17th, we got Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore, which is a game I just found out about like 5 seconds ago. January 23rd, we have Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD coming out for the Switch. Switch getting support every month, which is awesome to see. January 23rd, we also have The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners on PC. January 28th, we have Journey to the Savage Planet, which is on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And then lastly, because this list is so fucking short, January 28th, we have Warcraft 3 Reforged. And no January 31st releases, which is my birthday. So that's very disappointing, but also welcome. Don't give me anything on that day. I just want to be able to play the games I already have. Yeah, so what is talking to you here? What's not? What games are you not really interested in? What games do you have to have this month?
Happy for the PC community to get Iceborne.
Yeah.
I also know the dev team is trying to get them caught up, because I imagine they're going to try to implement crossplay,
Which would be amazing.
Yeah. So, but that is pure speculation right there.
Yeah.
I am curious about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but I have to wait for that game to come out, because there's so many like Dragon Ball Z games, and I won't say any are bad, but none of them ever like screaming for me to come like to buy them, except for like a handful here and there. So I want to wait and see on that one.
It's really amazing how growing up, being our age and growing up throughout like the 90s or whatever, and how rare Dragon Ball games were, and you had to like find emulators to play like the ones that never came out here and stuff. And later on they did come out here, which was weird. But there's such a rarity, and nowadays there's so many Dragon Ball Z games. Yeah. It is fucking always coming out. But yeah, this one's, I mean, I'll talk about it, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Tongue not working tonight. I'm curious about, but once again, I kind of want to just wait and see what is said about it. And didn't really have much of an idea until we watched a quick blip of it to see what it was. But Journey to the Savage Planet is honestly probably the most interesting thing on the list for me now.
Which is weird, yeah. I remember hearing a little bit about it, like title-wise, like this is the title, and I was like, oh, okay. And then we just watched a video, like, what is that again? And me and you were both watching, going like, yeah, okay, maybe.
Co-op survival builder vibe going there. Yeah. So yeah, no, it looks fun.
Like, that's a game I would play.
Yeah, that's it for me.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, it was like half the list.
Yeah. I'll jump in as well. Stoked to see Iceborne coming out. Seems a lot faster than how fast Monster World came out for PC. So it does seem like they're trying to get the content out quicker, which I'm sure PC players appreciate. I am interested in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but at the same time, I don't pick up every Dragon Ball Z game that comes out, like, at all. So this one's just interesting because it's an RPG. So they're doing something different. I had a chance to play this at E3. I waited in line for a while, and then I had another appointment. You had to make an appointment at the id booth, which was annoying. It was the only place that did that, really. And my time was coming up, so I was like, okay, Cody, you stay here so you can play this, so you can have an opinion. I'm going to go over there and play that game so I can have an opinion. And so I didn't get a chance to play it. But from what I watched when I watched people play it, it looks interesting. It looks kind of neat. Something I haven't seen anyone do with Dragon Ball anything since, like, that weird Goku RPG that was on, like, the Game Boy Advance or whatever, where you flew around on Nimbus and stuff. It was like top down. Yeah, it came out a long time ago, but I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. So I definitely embraced them doing something different, not just a fighting game with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
It's a story that, is retold over and over and over again, but kind of like Dynasty Warriors. You're just playing it for, like, the features and how it plays. It's a beloved storyline, so you're just going to go, yeah, that's fine. Because every time you play fucking Dynasty Warriors, you're like, yeah, the yellow army, yellow turbans, yeah. Fucking right in the beginning, but it's always fun. So yeah, looking forward to that. Almost every game on this list that I'll be saying anything positive about they're all like, upon more research and reviews, I might pick them up. I don't have any high hype for any of these games. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions, hashtag FE Encore Friendship Plus Love, Extreme 2. That's an interesting one for me because I didn't even know that game existed until not that long ago, and it's been a couple minutes now, and it looks pretty cool. It's apparently Shin Megami Tensei meets Fire Emblem, which is a crazy crossover. I'm into both of those, so I'm gonna look into it. That's something I might definitely be picking up, and it's another Switch game, which the Switch is slowly but surely becoming my RPG console, which I think is great. So I have plenty of them on my PS4, but I have a lot of games on my PS4. Every game I'm buying for Switch is all like these games that you're not getting, exclusives that you're not getting anywhere else, that are these individual experiences that you're just not getting somewhere else. So I have a feeling I'm going to pick that up because it looked really good. Graphically, it looked great. Like,
oh yeah, well, Shin Megami
it was
and
sharp.
Fire Emblem are both clean games.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Fire Emblem's like first party stuff, so they're not going to go, yeah, fuck that up.
Right.
Let's see, Oddworld, whatever. I lost interest in that a long time ago. Walking Dead, I don't give a fuck about. Journey to the Savage Planet, like Chevy was saying, and like I was saying, we're watching that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm probably gonna pick that up. I'm not like super hyped on it, but like that's a game I'll play, so I'll probably just pick that up. It's probably gonna be like $30-$40. So,
or if we're lucky, it'd be on Game Pass.
Yeah, which would be cool because it's on Xbox. So, man, Game Pass is changing shit for me when it comes to Xbox. I'm like, there's a whole library of games over there I can play, and I don't have to buy any of them. It's a great place to like try shit out. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Before that, I was like, when I was younger, pirate shit, and then fucking on Steam, you can fucking get a refund, but there's a process to that. But I like that they have that. Normally, I don't refund shit, but like sometimes I'll play something like, I'm not gonna fucking play this. So it's kind of a cool system they got. So Game Pass is fantastic because there's just no obligation. So I'm not trying to be an advertisement, but Microsoft, if you'd like to sponsor the channel, feel free.
We're close too.
Warcraft 3 Reforged. Yeah, we're in the same state. Hit us up. We'll just drive right up. Warcraft 3 Reforged. Is that like a remaster?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'd be interested in seeing what that's like, but I'm not a big Warcraft guy. So I almost said Warframe guy, which would be the opposite. I love Warframe. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting month. There's like 3 things there that I'm like curious about, and 2 of them I just discovered today. So, Chris, he got a list, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's really not much on here for me.
No
There's
Warcraft?
not much on there. Period.
Yeah. Fair.
No. I've never played any of the Warcraft original games, so
Really?
and yeah.
Oh.
None of them. And I haven't really played a Blizzard game in a while now. But
yeah.
here or there.
Yeah.
The only thing that's even remotely like slightly like on the radar for me would be the Kakarot game, but like even then, I've never been a big fan of the Dragon Ball Z games. I watched a bit of the anime when I was younger, but that's about the end of it. So it's just kind of like, oh yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But really, there's not much. I mean, it's a short list for the month. So
I guarantee you, me and Seth play that Journey game, and it has more than 2-player co-op. You'd be interested.
yeah, that's more about playing with you guys though,
Yeah.
instead of
For
like
sure.
the game itself.
Yeah. Well, you're a big, obviously you got the games you like too, but like you're a big social player. So like if we're playing something and having fun, you're instantly like, how can I get in on this? I want to have fun too. And we're like, yeah, go ahead. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were playing Code Vein and you were like, how many people can be in that? And I'm like, I wish 3 because there's 3 of us here, but
Well, yeah.
How do I tap into this experience?
yeah. Which we'll talk about a bit more in a sec. Well, I think that's pretty much it.
That's
Kind of a low key month. I think I'm going to spend this month just playing what the fuck I want, which is great.
Yeah, the only thing I really have to like sit down and like focus on is going to be getting that Uncharted stuff. At the very least, dabbled in all 3.
I mean, I've beat
yeah.
the fuck out of all 3 of those games.
Yeah,
many
that's going to
times.
be real easy for you. For me,
Yeah.
I've played the first one a bit, and then I that's about it.
Have
for
you
that.
played the second one?
No.
Skip the first one, play the second one.
Well, I'm almost done with the first one though.
Sure, but if you feel like you're not going to be able to get to the second game, just play the second game.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the second game is like the pinnacle of Uncharted.
Yeah.
All of them are great. And 4 is fantastic, obviously, but like 2 is like the shit.
right.
It's like Uncharted I liked. Some people were kind of mixed on it. Uncharted 2 came out, everybody loved it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Well, yeah, and I plan on at least touching all 3 of the games.
What's
on
the other
there, so.
one? Oh, Ghost Simulator. I'll play that like for a day.
I bought that on PC when it came out, so that's definitely going to be more like what they had, like type of thing.
Yeah, I played a long time ago. I played it again when they like tried to make it into like an MMO type thing or something like that.
All
It was like
their
an
add-ons
open
make
world or
fun
some
of
shit.
something.
Yeah. So that's not a game though I'm going to be dedicating a lot of time this month. So
And
just a
then-
warning to everybody. I'll play it a little bit.
Well, and then like Vindictus, once again, I have played. That is also going to be a revisit.
It's that's checking in, seeing what the fuck's going on. Maybe I'll get hooked again. I don't know.
I liked combat in it. I mean, that's kind of a spoiler.
Vindictus is dope. Yeah, we have a pass though. We played the shit out of it. So we just haven't played in years because it's an older game. And there's other games kind of like it nowadays. There's more games like that now.
There is a
So-
lot of like anime ones. Like there's one on Steam called Closers, I think. It's not the same perspective, but yeah, it's still kind of like the whole beat 'em up, mission based,
Interesting.
faux MMO thing. So,
Yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite kinds of games on the planet. Big background in PSO and PSU. So,
yeah,
Monster Hunter,
that's coming out soon, by the way, on Xbox. So
PSO 2. I hope it's awesome because I fucking have such fun memories of PSU.
at the very
And
least,
PSO.
it'll be a good thing to hop in when you don't know what to play.
Give me a reason to play my Xbox.
Wow, it's on Windows 10 as well. But
Is it?
Yeah.
My computer likes to play games.
Yeah. That was pretty much I think that was pretty much it. I'm just kind of mostly I need to make sure that I give Uncharted like some actual attention. That's my main focus for the
I
month.
would
Other than that,
really-
I want to play
I
whatever.
really want you guys out of those 3 too. I would say definitely try and put some more time into Uncharted just because that series is so fucking good and that collection is awesome. They all look great. They've upped the graphics on all 3 games. I already bought it. For
I
anyone
own
who's
it as
curious.
well.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm not actually getting any free games this month. I own both.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Although I don't have Goat Simulator on PS4, I do
Same.
have it. So, and I don't play it. So it'll be interesting coming back to it and finding out what it plays like on a controller. Vindictus is like my biggest curiosity, just because it's been so long. And like when we played, there's like 5 characters, and that was like
And
20 or
there's,
some
like,
shit.
tons. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hopefully they've streamlined some of the systems too. Because I remember getting back into that game. Yeah. Every time I get back into that game, I'm like, okay, so what was this again, and that, and all the shit. So, but we'll see. Anything you guys want to say on the releases of January?
Easy month. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, 'cause-
March is going to be busy. And then April is going to be busy.
You guys know that Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out this year?
I know.
March.
You guys also know that a small game called Cyberpunk 2077 comes out
April.
this year? our
that?
most viewed video on the channel by fucking far. No hype, no pressure. CD Projekt Red. No pressure on my bank account that's going to be losing that fucking Ultimate Edition money.
Just hemorrhaging money left and right.
I already did that on.
And then new Xbox, a new PlayStation that possibly, rumor mill saying it's going to have backwards compatibility all the way to PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
If they did that, wow.
Oh my god.
That's like a celebration of PlayStation. Like, you got the PlayStation 5, you can play it all. I'd be like,
Yeah, though, and they're not going to do it. A part of me goes, give me my PS3 purchases.
yeah, they're not going to do that. Rebuy it.
Because I bought a shit ton of PS1 games on PS3.
Yeah.
Dude, that means that toy chest of games I have would actually be useful.
If they work in the disc drive, yeah.
Ugh.
It would be cool. It would be very cool.
I have a
So
stack
many
of them,
games.
so.
And that new Xbox, you can put it over your shoulder and fucking launch Scud missiles at jets flying by and shit if you wanted.
Might need to soon.
Yeah. World War III's coming. Anyway, yeah, so let's know in the comments what games in January are you most excited for? Is there anything we missed? That list was very small. I'm skeptical for good reasons. We do this every month. That was a very small list. So let us know if there's something we missed, something you're excited for, something you're definitely not excited for. Is there something on the list that you're like, hey, wait a second, you didn't mention it at all. It's actually really fucking cool looking. Let us know everything you think about when it comes to January's game releases. So, yeah, we're going to jump into what we've been playing this month. We haven't talked about that for a couple weeks now. So Chevy has accrued a list, which is interesting because that's typically what I do.
Yeah.
I have a very small list, but I want to save one of those games to have discussion with you because I have a lot to say on it. We've both been playing it. So I'll probably just go through my list first. This is 3 games. Okay. And then on my last one, we'll transfer over to you, talk about the game together. You can go through your list and Chris.
Okay.
Okay. So games I've been playing is one that I just wanted to kind of throw out there because I've just been I had a fucking blast playing this game and I want to play it some more, but there's nothing I'm gaining or earning from this game. So it's like, it's not the same as if I was playing like an RPG or something like that, but that's a Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. That game is fucking awesome. I love that game. I've watched all these GIFs, videos, things on Twitter. I follow the guy who makes the game. He's always showing these videos of all the new, types of soldiers and shit that he's adding into the game, all these experimental things, and I've always watched that and go, that game looks fucking dope, but I've just never pulled the trigger on it. Well, it's on Game Pass, so I got a chance to play it out or try it out, and it's awesome. It's a blast. It's really fun. You can just go in the sandbox and see what happens with certain types of dudes. You can go through the campaign, which is actually pretty lengthy. Gives you kind of something to work towards, which I like.
Yeah, lengthy's an understatement. Like after the first one, I started the second one. I was like, oh my god, this one's also really long. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
So
I want to say there's probably more than 5, but yeah, there's at least 5. And when I beat the first one, I was like, is that all the campaign has? But then I saw the next ones. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. So and it's fun because like it gives you like objectives, and sometimes it tries to throw you off by like putting some enemies in like bushes or in the trees and stuff, and they just come running out. And it's like a strategy game, but there's also that aspect of like how zany and weird the physics are in the game, that some things just happen, and it's always awesome. Whether you lose or win, it's always awesome to watch what happens.
So a little bit of dice rolling in there too.
Yeah. And I always love, I've had all sorts of weird shit happen. There's a wheelbarrow that this guy will fucking run with, and there's like 2 guys sitting in it with it's like a rake or something. That's like they're jousting or something.
Someone throws rocks, I think too.
Yeah, and another guy's just throwing shit, and they just run as fast as they can, and they like drift around when they're trying to turn because they're going so fast, and they're really easily killed. But when they get killed, I love this. The 3 guys will depart from the vehicle if they survive, and they'll start attacking people. So the big guy who pushes it, he's this tall, lanky dude that kind of looks like fucking Bob Ross. He just like gets out and starts swinging at people, and then the guy with the pitchfork starts like running at people, like swinging that shit, and the little guy's just walking and throwing rocks and stuff. And like I had this one where there's all these dudes. There's all these the guy, like they're like bards. There's just a bunch of them in a field, and I sent one of one of those guys in, and he just came flying in so fast. Right when he crossed the bridge, he turned hard and he hit a rock wall, and he flipped the fucking thing upside down. One of the guys got out. I think it was the pitchfork guy, and he's like came walking in. The guys all walking at him playing their guitars. The little guy was pinned under the wheelbarrow, and the big guy's head was stuck under it, and they're both trying to get out. So I'm just like, watch this car wreck happen, and then one of the guys came out and started stabbing at these guys and shit, and fucking some of them were fighting with him, and some of them were just walking off the cliff. And then eventually, my tall dude just died under the vehicle. And then the little guy got out and started just throwing shit. And eventually, there's one guy hiding behind a tree, and my little guy was just throwing rocks at him behind there. And eventually killed him. And I was like, what game offers this scenario? Nothing, because I'll never see that exact scenario again. And I love that shit. So, shout out to that game. I actually want to do some videos or streams of that game. That's a game that I could easily just chill, talk with people, and just watch stupid shit happen. It's me and Josh did that. We were both just watching what happened and just laughing about it the whole time.
Yeah, I was playing it the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both came out and we were watching you, and then we started watching you play it. Because he was watching me play it, and then we came out and we're like, oh, yeah. And then we're just like watching you do everything. I wasn't trying to tell you what I did because I just want to see what the fuck you were going to get up to and the weird things you were going to see. So, except for those one-on-one duels, you're putting some guys in the back every once in a while. And I was like, just put them right next to him up on that thing with them. And they'll just like go at each other. And some crazy shit happens that way. Because they just like, especially guys with guns. Like I've had guys with like a shield and a spear. And like right in the beginning, I had a guy with 2 pistols. They got 1 shot apiece. And he just went, and just shot and missed both times. The guy walked up and just killed him. I was like, what are you doing? And then another time, right when the match started, he just goes, boom, and shot the guy right through the head and just dropped him. I was like, there you go. Like fucking shoot him.
Those are pirates.
Yeah.
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 Too excited.
You know, they're awful aim. They get lucky shots.
But every once in a while when they get that hit, just like the blunderbuss guys, they'll drop themselves when they shoot. But every once in a while when they hit, they'll kill the dude. And it's so frustrating to watch them on the ground. I'm like, get up, get up, get up, get up. And then they're just like getting up slowly and getting their gun ready again. I'm like, shoot them.
I started doing on those one-on-one duels. I'm just hopping because I played. This is on my list.
Yeah.
On those one-on-one duels, I would spend the points and use a balloon archer and a
Oh my god, the balloon archer is ridiculous.
firework archer.
And the snake ones.
Well, those ones are my favorite just because they're technically 2 units, but
Yeah, they're fucked up.
so they'd start floating, and then the other guy would hit him with a firework, and they just start spinning and flying around the map and stuff. I was like, this is great. It's like perfectly, like it's crowd control. The firework blows up, they take damage. So
That was the thing, is the game's so wonky and weird, but I was legitimately strategizing as well.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna send this dude in to fucking do like quick DPS and have somebody else just like rush in while they're getting shot at, and like all this
hobbits
stuff.
are perfect fodder.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll find somebody like Zeus is like one of my go-tos because that guy just wrecks. And they're like the
He just
be all.
saunters too.
Yeah, this kind of walks forward, just go shooting people, and they come running at him. He's just shocking them, and yeah, I love it. But sometimes you're like, oh, this one just kills everything, but then they always have something that's gonna wreck that
can
dude.
beat him, yeah.
So you have to switch things out, or you don't have the budget or something like that. You have to really start brainstorming, like, what can I do to do this?
Yeah, sometimes they're pretty like they're like 10 credits short of something would be surefire.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it, okay.
Like the Da Vinci cannon, I love that thing. It's like that old design of what Leonardo da Vinci originally conceived of what he wanted like a tank to be. It was like the early version of a tank, and it was essentially a circular building on wheels that had cannons in every direction. That way you could shoot in every direction because they didn't have a top of a tank that could move independently back then. And they put that in the game, and it's funny because it just drives forward like some weird buggy bouncing, and it just spins, and all these like flaps are flying up, and the cannons are just shooting in every direction as it's spinning. And if you zoom in and look inside the contraption, you can actually see fucking Da Vinci hanging onto the center of it,
in the
and
middle.
His legs are just swinging around. He's ragdolling while the thing's spinning and shooting, so he's actually in it. And I fucking, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, is that fucking Da Vinci? Like, he's actually in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's a blast. I love it. Everything about it, it's awesome. So
Yeah, I spent like at least half the day.
yeah, I spent hours playing it, man, because it's just easy to just keep going because you're playing a game. There's a game aspect to it. There's a strategy to it, but it's also all these random events that you're always laughing when you're playing the game. So it's just a good time. So really dig that game.
It is really fun to watch.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest anyone who's curious about it just play it. You're gonna keep playing it. If you look at the game, you're like, that's stupid.
I would say make sure to play the story, the challenge mode though, because when I had the sandbox, because I originally when I played, I hopped in the sandbox.
That's what I did first too,
and I started kind of getting bored actually.
Yeah.
So the challenges are important, I think.
Yeah, the structure, because it gives you things you're working towards. You're like, oh, I want to beat this. I want to keep moving forward, because you don't gain anything.
Yeah.
You're just being entertained by the scenarios that are taking place. But like when it's a sandbox, you have to create the scenarios, and you can do that, but it's just a lot better when you just jump in and have a structured system and just go at it. So
well, it's hard to like control yourself because you're just gonna spend what you want. So.
Yeah, for sure. Unless you're just curious about what would happen if.
Sure, and it's good for that. But like as a game, I'm glad that's not all it has. So.
Although it's interesting too, you can summon or manipulate soldiers on the field. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. I try not to do it because I like the random aspect of it, but every once in a while there's a challenge where I was like, this isn't working. So I'd like go into like a do with a gun. I always pick the cannon guy. And because I play FPS and shit, I'm pretty quick on that fucking aim. I was like, boom, boom, like shooting people and shit. And I'm like, they don't play like this. They're all like fucking falling over and shit. I'm just like backing up, shooting people with my cannon, just like taking them out. And which I think is neat that you can do that. It'd be cool if there's some kind of multiplayer implemented. Is there?
I think so.
You can play against. I think you can play against one other person.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, because then if you like set a budget or had a random budget every time, or random things you're allowed to use, and then just set it up and see what happens. Yeah, kind of cool to see.
Let us know if you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they will. They will. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say on that game? That's a game that seems like we could sit here and talk about it. Well, I was like, I love it. I mean, this is why I love
realistically, it. Like you said, if people are curious about it, they should just try it. It's on, like you said, it's on Game Pass. So if you have Windows 10 or an Xbox One, just install it.
Shout out to the Pirate King and Queen, but the King, that guy just walks in with a gun and a fucking sword, and he's just slicing people up and shooting them. I think he throws bombs too, or is that the Queen? I don't remember.
No, the Queen just throws bombs constantly. Yeah.
But
like she just drops them.
But he's dope. I'll send him in, and he just wrecks people. Zeus is fucking, he's a god. So it works.
Is ridiculous.
That devil thing's scary. It's just this entity that floats forward, and it kills people, but then it has all these tentacles behind it, and the tentacles will grab people and hold them in the air. And you see this like huge mass of people just hanging in the air while this thing's killing people, and it's really disturbing. I like to pair that with it's not the vampires are neat. They'll lunge at people and just start sucking their blood, but they're really weak. But there's like this dude, it's very Asian. He has all these swords flying around him in a circle, and he's like psychic, and he's fucking throwing the swords, and he's like a machine gun. There's no reload. It's like do, but he's real squishy. So I like to have him with somebody who's going to essentially tank the damage. And then the Valkyries are always a go-to for me as well, and the fucking fencer guys, the rapier dudes. If you have a large group of those guys, they just do fucking damage quick.
The city level, they're really good in. So.
Yeah, because anything in front of them, they're just like. I always put them up against the elephants, and for some reason, they wreck elephants quick. The elephant will kill like three of them, but yeah. I had learned that, and I was like, I had a couple Valkyries and them, and just destroyed those elephants.
Valkyries are hobbit killers.
Yeah.
And anything else that's
I love the hobbits. They just like all little small guys running, and they start leaping on you.
Super annoying when there's a bunch of them though, because they just grab on.
There's I don't know if it's a berserker or not. It's one of the Viking ones, but they leap around and swing and shit.
Yeah, it's berserkers.
Those guys always, when I start fighting them, will start fucking me up, and I have to like re-strategize.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll also use them against them, and then I end up winning one of the rounds. I'm like, okay, because they're just like OP. But if you have someone who moves a lot, they don't nail them because they just lunge constantly. So the Valkyrie, it's hard for them to hit because they're just flying around. So. Anyway, I'm gonna move forward because that game, I'm just like, man, there's a lot of cool shit in that game. The other game was last month's Game of the Month, picked by you guys. We talked about that, so if you're curious about our thoughts on that, and Kris will be talking about that here in a little bit. Been playing that still, so a lot of times I'm like, I'd like to keep playing this after this month. I'm still playing it, so I just did a stream today, so check that out. Although we did not get a whole lot accomplished in that fucking stream for like 3 hours. We just did not get anything done. But it's still really fun. But yeah, I've been playing that, making money, really enjoying the simplistic complexity to that game. And yeah, always a blast. I don't really have a whole lot to report. Everything I could report on, you could just watch. So those videos are up.
I'll
And
say
then
I technically played that one as well, but we talked about it on a prior episode as well. So
yeah, for sure. So, unless you have something you want to
I
mention
have
on
nothing
that.
to add to it now.
One thing I do want to say though, and I want to find out a way to do this with other things. I did a stream where I was playing on PC, Josh was playing on my Xbox, and I had my Elgato set up to the Xbox, and I had my PC display being streamed as well. So I was able to have Josh and me in the same stream. And it's really neat. Like if you like go back and watch that episode, you don't gotta watch the whole thing. Obviously, it's 3 hours long, but it's kind of a cool thing to watch somebody else's perspective in the same stream. So I want to experiment with that and see if there's a way I can get somebody else's footage as they're playing a game with me. The only way I can think of doing that is if someone had their PC hooked up in my fucking room, which would be a bitch. But it'd be kind of cool to plug in the Elgato into somebody's video card and just get their footage. So when I'm streaming, I'm getting multiple. I know Mixer does a thing kind of like that, but it's cool having it all in one video. Is like when I was watching it over again, I was watching Josh's cam and seeing what he was doing at certain points. There's one time where we split up. He was burning down someone's boat somewhere, and me and Jeremy, it was weird. Psycho and Josh went and they're like, we're gonna go fucking, because we always play pretty like morally good. We don't try to start fights. Psycho sometimes just like talking about how he like was whispering to me. This guy came up and I was like, are you friendly? He's like, yeah, I'm friendly, I'm just looking for this thing. And I'm like, okay. And Psycho was like, we should kill him, and like said it quietly. I'm like, he probably heard that. He's like, ha. He's like, yeah, probably. He ran off. I was like, okay. But anyway, so he's on that fucking level. Him and Josh together snuck over to a boat that was at the same place as us, and they started sneaking in there trying to steal shit. And me and Jeremy are on the boat, and it was weird because as they were doing that, I'm just listening to them talk about like, oh yeah, just grab that, blah 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 blah. I'm just standing there at the wheel, and I like turned and looked over, and there's like the ropes to the sail, and I started just pulling the sail down. And as I'm doing it, I look over, and Jeremy's looking at me, he starts pulling the anchor up. And I'm just like looking at him, and I pull the sail down, and I walk down and start pulling the other sail down. He's still doing the anchor because we're on the giant fucking ship, and I'm helping him with the anchor. And then we just like go full sails and just got the fuck out of there. So me and Jeremy just taking off. We didn't say shit. We're just quietly listening to them. And while this was happening, they were like burning this guy's boat down. Josh like went to throw a firebomb in there and hit like Psycho in the back of the head with it. And there's all sorts of crazy shit. And they had no idea we left, and then they came back. And fucking, they had thought we were there still, but then something happened to Psycho. I think he died. But he like respawned onto the ship, and we're in the middle of fighting like a ghost pirate ship. That just spawned up. Me and Jeremy are fucking shooting it. So we're doing this thing out in sea while they're doing that shit. And he's like, oh, you fuckers are fighting a fucking ghost pirate ship? And so he started helping and shit. And Josh is like, we were just at the dock, and I'm like, no, we weren't. You guys were. We left a while ago. You guys were just doing your bullshit while we just fucking hauled ass out of there. It was just funny how Jeremy was like completely in sync with me. I was just like, start pulling down the thing, and he just like started pulling the anchor up. No communication.
He was ready.
Yeah, we're both like, we're getting out of here. And we just took off while they're doing that shit. So, yeah, a lot of shenanigans with that game. Always really fun. I want to do the campaign. Which you have to initiate in game somewhere. So I need to look that up. But it'd be really interesting to do. Yeah, and I want to stop running into people who want to fight me because I fight back, and fucking we end up fighting for like an hour. And like I just don't give up. I'm like, fuck you. Like, get out of here. Like, blah blah blah. And they're shooting at me, I'm shooting at them, lighting their ship on fire. They have to go over here and get that shit out. I'm getting my shit done, and then we go back to fighting. I'm on the mega horns fucking yelling at them like, you fucking blah 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 blah, shooting people and killing them like, oh, what the fuck happened? Blah blah blah. And of course they're gonna keep coming back now because I'm talking shit. So like they attacked me first. That's where they fucked up. But like I keep talking shit, so they're like, well, we can't leave now because he's talking shit, so we have to beat him. And I'm like, God damn it, don't come back. Just go away. We can both just leave, but I know it's not going to happen. I've played enough games like that to know ego comes in and they'll fucking kill themselves trying to kill me. So, yeah, so anytime I see someone coming up to fight me, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. So, anyway, Sea of Thieves is fun. Make sure to play that if you haven't. And then the last game I've been playing mostly lately is Code Vein, which, if you guys remember, if you watch the channel regularly, if not, I'll just repeat it because I always repeat it. Played Code Vein at E3 a little bit. I pretty much told everybody it's basically what you think it's going to be. It's Dark Souls, but it looks like anime. Went on sale for $35. I don't know if the sale's still going. I think it is. But I think I just checked today. I thought I saw that pink fucking banner on the PS4.
I'd be curious because I know the Steam one ended. So
Yeah, well, it's probably gonna end any day now. Probably tomorrow or the day after, if it's still going. $35. I was like, I'm willing to pay $35 for that game because when I played, I was like, yeah, it's decent, but nothing else super stoked on. So picked that up, started playing it, and I was like, yeah, it's anime Dark Souls. But then I kept playing it some more, and I started noticing certain things about it that is interesting. The game is difficult, like a Soulsborne game, but it's not trying as hard to be fucking super difficult. It embraces JRPGs, I think, a bit more than the other games in this genre, in the sense that there's classes you can change at any time, similar to like a job system kind of, that all have their own skills. As you unlock those skills using essentially souls, which is called haze in this game, you have access to those. If you use those skills enough, they become mastered, and then you can use them in other classes. So that allows you to create builds. There's armor, which all, is, some of it's for tanking, some of it's for fucking DPS, some of it's for spells, stuff like that. So you can really make like a caster type character in this game. And you have a companion with you at all times, whereas like other games, not really. Neo, sometimes you could.
Neo has full blown co-op.
No, it does. But wasn't there levels where you had somebody with you? Which game did that? I thought there was like a level 2.
There are sections of Neo where you have other characters with you.
Yeah, something like that. But this game, it almost feels more like a JRPG in the sense that like you have a party. You have one other person with you, and some people are like, it's too easy that way. I would argue this game is definitely the easiest Soulsborne game I've played. Period. I've played it without a companion, with a companion, with Chevy. I'm playing this game and having fun, so I'm not worried about the challenge too much because it's just not there. It's not the same as Bloodborne. It's not the same as Neo. Even though Neo, I didn't think was that difficult. I loved playing it. So I'm really playing this game more like a JRPG than I would. It's got a more cinematic storyline, very anime. This game's very anime, very Japanese. A lot of things in this game that I think a lot of people in the West would probably complain about visually. And yeah, there's really cool weapons, really cool setting. All the vampire stuff is neat. The customization of this game is awesome. That's what everybody always talks about when I bring it up. They're like, yeah, that's what people say. It is. It's really cool. It's really detailed. You can really make just whatever anime character you're trying to make. In the season pass, you can not season pass. What is that called? That has the DLCs. You buy it once and you get all the DLCs that come out.
Isn't that a season pass?
I guess it's technically a season pass. They can word it whatever. A lot of people do word that, but then when I think season, I think of like a season that comes out. So anyway, if you buy that, which I'm thinking about doing, it says that they're going to be adding bosses and other shit, but also customization stuff. So that's cool to see that they're going to be supporting that because that is a huge thing I would suggest this game to people for, especially if you're into anime and you like Dark Souls. I'd be like, dude, why aren't you playing this? Because you can make a fucking anime character.
You can also save loadout or visual loadouts too. So if you're playing and you want to change your appearance, you just change it.
Yeah, there's I think like 6 different basic or base clothings that there's pieces to each one of those outfits. You can take those pieces off or keep them on, so you're not always going to look like other people. But then there's also stuff you can attach to that, plus all the stuff you can have on your face and your eyes. There's more eyebrows in this game than I've seen in any game ever.
For sure.
There's a shitload of eyes, which is crazy. There's just a lot of stuff. I would like to see more hairstyles. I'm actually surprised. There's a lot of female hairstyles.
Yeah, I think the big weakness for me is the clothing. There are only being like 6 sets.
Yeah.
Now they
And
are, like you said, modular, but
yeah, they're modular, and so you can kind of alter them a bit. When you change the colors, you can really make them look completely different. But I would like to see more base sets. But pretty much what I've done is I've gone to each one of those and made an outfit based on each one of them. My first guy looks very vampiric. I was embracing the vampire aspect. When I play the game, he looks like he fits the world. Then I made a guy who looks really anime military-esque. He's got big fucking huge pants and boots on, but then he's got like a fucking camouflage shirt and like a beret on and stuff. And then I have another dude who almost looks like he's got like a golden skull mask on and like a fucking Vampire Hunter D hat. He looks kind of like a swashbuckler. He's pretty cool looking. It's all the same character, but it's all these different outfits I have saved. So it's cool. So like in a lot of like MMOs, something I see Kris do a lot in MMOs, he'll show up in a new outfit and he'll disappear for a second, comes back, he's in a new outfit. You can do that in this game, and it's kind of cool.
Why you gotta put me on the spot like that? I don't know what the fuck
Well, because when I think of someone switching their outfits a lot, I think of you.
Especially when he's sitting there bored waiting for something.
Every time I play with Kris, he's in a different outfit, and he's like, "Oh wait," and he like leaves and he comes back. He's like, "Look at this one." He doesn't say that. I was looking at him like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Kris." But yeah, there's a lot of really cool factors to this game that are completely different than the genre. I think the thing that really connects this with the genre is the bonfire system, essentially the dying and retrieving your currency essentially system. There's not as much emphasis on death in this game. You just lose your souls if you die. And then combat is pretty similar to Dark Souls, but there's a lot. You have 8 macros, like you have 8 things you can do. You have like all these passives, and you have all these spells and moves that are specific to certain types of weapons. Like you really make a build, and like a lot of times you're waiting for cooldowns and stuff. That's not something I'm used to in Dark Souls. So in that sense, it feels like an RPG to me, which I really
mana
love.
management, which is kind of strange.
Which is neat too. Another thing that makes this game different is there's something called Ichor in the game, which is essentially your MP or whatever. And when you use moves, they all take a certain amount, and it drains it. But then there's something called drain moves. When you parry, when you sneak up behind someone to kill them, when you hold X, you can charge a move up and use it. You can swing once and then do your drain attack after that in a combo. There's all these different ways, and you'll use a special move that will take Ichor from people. And regain the stuff you've lost, but also every time you do it, you gain plus more. So you start with 10, and then if you kill someone and drain them, you'll get 11, 12, 13, and you start becoming more powerful the longer you play. But then when you reset, it resets back down to 10. So there's an incentive to keep going.
Depending on what class you're playing too, because like the sorceress or whatever, the caster, that's what it's called, starts with 30.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And one of the classes I was using, I think it's Prometheus or whatever. I think it started with like 12 or 15. Yeah. And I'm playing Atlas right now, which is more of a tank build because I've been using the double-handed sword, which are better at blocking because there's no shields in this game. And I was like, I'm gonna embrace the blocking thing. I'm gonna go full Atlas, which is a tank class, and it starts with 10 Ichor. So not a lot, but it makes sense because you're supposed to be able to tank hits, which I'm pretty much trying to do since we're doing co-op. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to this game. There's like not random. There's dungeons you can unlock that you can repeat. It has co-op. The co-op essentially works like Dark Souls 3. You can play with random people. You essentially put out a distress signal, or you seek distress signals. And for anybody who has not, if you've beaten the zone, you can't call people to that zone anymore. Boss is how you beat it. If you kill the boss, after that you can't call people there. But if you're in that zone, you can go and help people who haven't beaten that zone. So there's an incentive to go help people. But then you can put a password, and you can have people who know that password. They can put the password in as well. It'll only look for people who have that password, and then you can play with them. One system that me and Chevy have been doing, just to play with each other and essentially just have fun. We're not really playing for the challenge. I'll hop over to his, we'll beat the zone. He'll hop over to mine, we'll beat the zone. Vice versa, hop back and forth. The dungeons, though, are repeatable, and you can always play with people. So that's kind of cool. As you unlock the dungeons, there's resources you can farm there.
Yeah, and that's kind of the main purpose is resource farming.
And so it's kind of cool. There's a lot of really cool systems in this game. There's a fucking, like a hot spring you can go sit in, which is a very Japanese thing. You can sit in like Japanese game thing. I'm sure they have fucking hot springs everywhere. But you can sit in all these like random seats and couches and stuff like that, and your guy will sit in a very stylized way, and then all of a sudden it opens it up like a specific camera angle that you can zoom in and out of. So there's picture opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of social aspects to the game, which I think is really neat. You can make emotes, custom emotes. You pick a animation, you pick a voice and what they say, and then you can pick a picture that'll pop up of your head.
Sticker if you're a Monster Hunter fan.
Yeah, and it reminds me of PSO.
Yeah.
Where in PSU I had all these things where like I would have a sound effect that goes and show my guy's face shaking on the screen, and it would say something anytime someone showed up, and I fucking loved that shit. I miss stuff like that. So when I saw that, I'm like, fuck yeah. But yeah, I started this saying it's what you think it's going to be. I still maintain that, but I like this game more than I thought I would. So that's a good thing, because I already thought it was okay. And I've been playing it, and all I want to do is play it lately. So I've been really digging it.
Yeah, I would say the availability of co-op in it has allowed me to also play it, because today, in fact, I tried playing a little bit by myself and I just couldn't find the interest to do it. So it does make a huge difference for me. And I have been enjoying myself as well, because there are goals and objectives that I can make for myself, because it is very like grindy in that regard. Like you can work on your armor, your weapons, your character. You could, level up a build, moves, master them, so you can start working on a build. And I know we haven't really gotten to that point yet, and you looked it up for us, but apparently there's a new game plus as well, so you can just go back through it again. I don't know if it unlocks more stuff, if that is the case.
Chris looked that up.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure people maybe listening or something. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
I mean, really the only thing that I found different about it, outside of, Dark Souls and stuff like that, is I do like the, how do I word it? The counter system / the R1 button are two things I really like about it.
Yeah.
I'm really awful at the counter system, but it is fun when it goes off, because it's huge and flashy when it happens.
It's interesting because the counter or the parry system, you pull L2 to do it, and so there's 4 different types of armors that have different drain attacks. One of them's a claw in your hand. It seems to be faster but close range. There's one that's essentially a scorpion, like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Tail that comes out of your back, and it'll float over your head and stab people. I haven't used that one a whole lot. Then there's one that's just a bunch of swords that come out of the ground. That's the one I use the most. That one seems really slow, but does a shitload of damage. And then there's the 2 hounds that come over your shoulder, which I think looks weird, but it's interesting.
I think it has the biggest counter window.
Probably, yeah. But the thing that's interesting about the parrying is the claw is like fast. Like if someone swings at you and pull that, you'll fucking counter like instantly. But you don't do a shitload of damage. You'll still get ichor from them, but you don't do a lot of damage. Whereas like the sword one, when someone swings at you, you can't press it when they swing because it's too slow. The swords will start coming out of the ground and they'll hit you. So you have to do it preemptively. You have to guess when they're going to swing, and you got to catch it in the blades. They'll swing and like your blade's already out, and they'll hit, and then they float up in the air and swords come out of them, and it normally kills them. I fucking love it, but yeah, it's a really neat system that there's a parrying system, but also there's different ways to experience it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it really kind of sets up the game apart combat wise in that regard. And then, yeah, like I was saying, the R1 functions where like, your square is essentially just like another, seems more, it's like, it's always an agile attack essentially.
It always seems like it's a forward attack.
Yeah. With like a
lunge
jump or a lunge. Yeah. And then triangle, if your focus is up, which you tend to get when you're getting the shit kicked out of you, your focus just goes.
Or if you're dodging well, or if you're striking, pretty much it's there to help you during the battle if it's lasting.
Yeah. So if you take a huge hit, your focus just fills up.
Yeah.
And you can R1 triangle, and they're always like an uppercut style move, which also makes your armor attack them in the air then, which is just another neat aspect of the game. I don't know. It's got a lot of options in the combat, but it is very much like an action game in the flashy sense, and less like, where Dark Souls is very much like hitbox porn. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's less hitboxy and more like using your moves correctly and comboing correctly.
Yeah, for sure.
And another thing with the R1 button, which for a second took me a second to kind of get used to, because I'm like, wait, I got these buttons. I got to hold R1 to do some moves that don't activate instantly. I have to do a combo to activate them. That seems weird. But like if you press square, PS4, play on PS4, press square and you swing once, and then you press... Or you can do any move once. As long as you swing, you hold R1 after that and press square again, and you'll use your armor's drain attack, which is kind of cool. So like I'll be doing a combo, and then I'll do my drain attack, and as I'm swinging, my swords will go boom out of the ground and hit them quickly, and it'll drain ichor. So there's ways to do it while you're fighting. There's a lot of cool things to the combat in this game. Yeah.
The one thing that I have a hard time with, and that's just a problem I have with the genre in general, is that
nature Chevy.
I tend to get panicky when I get surrounded, and then I get hit way too much. So, because I just burn my stamina trying to dodge.
I turn into a fucking crazy person. Especially the lower my health gets, I'm like rolling around, fucking swinging and hitting and shit. I'm like,
this game has a bad habit of juggling you though, which kind of drives me crazy. I don't know if that's common. Every time, especially we get into like a group type thing, I'll get hit once. I'm like, okay, I'll try to back up, and at that moment, I swear, like 3 people are like, oh.
This game for me in the combat when it comes to the NPCs fighting you has a weird system of being inconsistent in patterns. So in Dark Souls, it just feels random. You'll fight somebody and they're like, bop, bop, and they'll go, woo, and go fucking nuts and shit. And you're like, ooh, I need to not get hit by that. But you know it's in their fucking catalog of attacks. This game, you'll be playing against the same enemy type, and most of them are doing this move over and over again, or like 2 moves.
Yeah.
And then you play that zone later, and they're not fighting like that anymore. They're fighting like something else. So you almost have to wait and see what they're fighting like right now. It's really weird. Because, for instance, in the Cathedral Zone, there's like these enemies that can teleport. Sometimes you won't even see the teleport move. They just walk at you or run at you and start swinging and shit. Which is fine because it's keeping you guessing. But then other times you'll show up and they'll instantly like fade into the background and show up right in front of you, which I prefer because I know just roll forward and you can get behind them and take them out quickly. But it's just inconsistent. It's not. It doesn't feel as it is random, absolutely, but it's not. It doesn't feel as fluidly random like Dark Souls or Neo. It feels like there's a script that it's loading in every time
100%.
you run into that enemy. It's like, this is A script, B script, C script. It's going to fight like this. Because when it fights like that, it's going to fight the way I know it's going to fight.
One of the bosses we fought, when you were playing with me, you had done it beforehand and had a different experience. And you're like, oh, this one's not too bad. And we played it. And all of a sudden she decided to do the same move over and over and over and over.
I jokingly said, like, I don't remember her moves because I beat her so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know. Like, when I played it by myself, and then me, you, and a companion, which should have been easier.
Yeah.
She went fucking nuts and was slowing me constantly. I'm just like walking across, like, oh
And
my
then
god.
Zipping
Yeah, she
over
just
and over and over.
kept wrecking us. The
Stripper
first time, though,
bitch.
Yeah.
the first time, though, she fucking killed you. And I was like, up, it's over. And she got in my face and I started swinging and I murdered her. I was like, does that count? And then, like, it just faded out. And I was like, I killed her. What the fuck? But you
I
had
died
already
first,
died.
yeah.
It was just funny that, like, I was still in the game long enough to kill her after you had died. And it was your game you were hosting. So I was like, that was weird.
Flip side of that, though, another boss, I watched you while you were streaming. You fought him. I don't want to talk too much about him in case people want to play, but it's a sword and board guy. And
That fight was crazy.
You were having a hard time. Like you
beat him my first try.
You won, but he had you constantly like being a little more defensive than normal.
He got me. He still had like 40% of his health when I was out of all my potions, and at that point I was like, I'll just retry and fight him again. And then I fucking, because he has this move where he goes into the fucking sky and slams down, goes into the sky, slams down, and he'll spam that shit. Which I was like, this is fucked up. And I got him down to like this much health for a second. I was like, wait, there's a fucking chance I could kill him. So I just like ran at him. I'm like, you're gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill you, but fucking let's do this. I start going boom, 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 and fucking I had like this much health and he died. And I was like, well, that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have to fight him again, except for
It was like you joined me, and like I'd watched that and then you were like, this guy's kind of rough, and then he got confused and was just kind of like trying to figure out
that
how
is
to
something
attack.
that happens sometimes. There's just weird latency that happens in the game sometimes, where either the characters move weird, Chevy will see me moving in a way I'm not moving, or I'm teleporting, or like I'm kind of like skipping around a little bit when I'm playing. It's in the game. People in forums talk about it, so it's part of this game. There's something up with it, with the network. But then sometimes we noticed in the last time, I didn't see it in the first time, but in the second time we were playing together, NPCs were acting funny sometimes. Sometimes they would just sit there and try and like lock on to somebody, or like they wouldn't attack very often.
Yeah.
And when we fought him, it was like he's trying to acquire a target. He started attacking you at first.
Yeah.
Then I ran behind him. I started spamming all my big combo moves.
And then he got confused.
And then he was just like, and then we just fucking boom, 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 and
Yep.
killed him because I was like, just murder him. Because I know what he's fucking capable of. Let's just, if he's going to be dumb, let him be dumb. He can be dumb in the dirt. That's fine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, but overall, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I haven't looked up a whole lot in it because I'm not trying to spoil the experience for me. But
Yeah.
there are certain features in the game that I was curious about. They're like side things, like gifting things to NPCs, which you can then buy stuff off of them, which is
really neat.
As a neat system. They also acquire new items as you do that too, which I didn't realize
Yeah.
was a thing. But the extra dungeons, I wanted to know how many there were because I hadn't seen us get a new one in a while. There's actually quite a few later, so
How many?
I didn't count, but it's a lot more than 3. So
Is it more than 10?
It might be about 10 if I had to guess.
Okay, cool.
So, but yeah, so
I was kind of worried about that because I'm still at 3, and I for a split second I was playing it. I'm like, am I near the end of the game?
well, and by looking at like the list, was showing screenshots because they're always based off of like places you've been. I was like, we still have a ton of zones we haven't been to yet, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm glad to see there's plenty of like locations to visit. So.
Because I just fought a wolf-headed, spider-armed, human armed, but almost like a spider outside of the sides, reverse-assed, like where if you were laying on your stomach, where your pelvis would be, there was an ass there. So it's like somebody was like sitting backwards like this, but their head's like this.
Some weird like chimera thing.
Really fucking weird. It was kind of neat looking, but also very sexual. I was like,
Don't you judge him.
I'm judging the fuck out of him because as soon as I entered that room, I saw a fucking tracking laser go, and as soon as it got me, it went boom and fucking hit me. I was like, you preemptively were just sitting there fucking waiting to shoot me. As soon as I walked in the room, he's like, bah! He, she, they, whatever the fuck that thing is. That thing is all over the place. I'm judging the fuck out of that person. They're an asshole, but I killed them. They're gone now.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying the game though. I think it's really fun.
It is a fun game.
One thing I really like about this is some people might judge me on this because a lot of people get that boner, and there's nothing wrong with that, getting boners. But just putting it out there.
This is getting weird.
But
It's a very natural thing.
sure. But some people like that idea of like Dark Souls is hard and I fucking beat it, and that's the point of that game.
I gotcha.
Or they beat Bloodborne, like that one's fucking hard. I beat it. And like for me, the Dark Souls series, I would say is difficult, like everybody else. Sekiro, if you're one of those people who are like, I beat the fuck out of Sekiro, it's super easy. I'm not one of you. That game's hard as shit for me. It's difficult. But Bloodborne wasn't difficult for me. It's more my speed. I'm a fucking like jump around, fucking shoot, go get crazy kind of guy. So Bloodborne just clicked with me. Neo, I think, is difficult, but in a Team Ninja way. It's just hyperactive, and I love that shit. I also didn't find Neo difficult. I know some people did. This game, I don't find difficult, but not in a way that it's just clicking with me. It just feels way more relaxed. And that's not a bad thing for me because it's nice to play a game that's like a Soulsborne game, but it's also not as stressful. I'm just kind of enjoying myself.
Yeah, I still have a hard time, like I said, playing by myself, but
Sure.
that's a personal issue. I have always had issues with the genre.
Not to say that Dark Souls I don't enjoy when I play it, but there's a stress element to Dark Souls. Every time I go to a new boss, I'm like,
I don't feel that.
okay, here we go.
It's more so just a difficulty thing for me. I don't like I said, I get stressed out when I'm in combat in any of those games. It's not just
the combat doesn't stress me out in Soulsborne games, but the bosses, whenever I get to the new boss, I do well under pressure and stress when it comes to like games and stuff like that, and I do enjoy the stress. I used to play DayZ a lot. I was never having fun with that game in the sense of like, oh yeah, it's a fun game. I was just like, this is fucking real, and I'm gonna die. I'm starving to death, and I can't trust anybody. I was experiencing this thing that I don't experience in other games, so I was really into it. But it's hard for me to say, yeah, I was having fun. That was a blast. I was just like, that was fucking crazy. Same thing with Dark Souls. I love the stress element of it, but it gets to you after a while. You're like, fuck, okay, whoo, that fight was crazy. I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. I don't get that from this game at all. This game, I'm just like, this is fucking cool. It's the same as if I was playing like, not quite the same, but if I was playing like, Dragon Quest or fucking Ni no Kuni or something like that. Like I'm just kind of enjoying myself. And that's one thing I really enjoy about this. Like not every game that's similar to Dark Souls needs to be fucking the hardest thing ever. You are gonna die. Fucking get ready for it. And that's a fun play on words anyway, because Dark Souls dying is part of the gameplay. It's very smart in that sense, but it's also designed to be difficult. This game just went, those types of games are popular. There's some really cool systems. I like the checkpoint system, all shit like that. But we're Bandai Namco, and we make a lot of anime RPGs already. So let's mix the two. And luckily, right next to Neo, I think this is one of the best examples of the Dark Souls, Soulsborne genre, creating things that can stand alone on with without just being a shameless fucking copy.
Yeah.
So, and that's a really small demographic because like the Surge had like one cool idea that I never wanted to use, but I was like, that's a neat idea, but it's still just a fucking Soulsborne game. Lords of the Fallen, I think it's the same company, straight up Dark Souls with some fantasy elements, but it was Dark Souls. I enjoyed it, but it was just it's Dark Souls light. A lot of those games feel like that, but Neo doesn't feel like Dark Souls to me at all, outside of that it has checkpoints and souls to recover if you die. That's it. Other than that, that's a strip team
The
ninja
same
game.
basic principles. Yeah.
It's Ninja Gaiden,
Yeah.
pretty much, only in a Dark Souls system. And Neo is an action RPG with Souls systems in it. So,
Yeah.
which I really dig. I think it's a really cool game. So,
I love that game.
which one?
Neo.
Yeah, Neo, dude, Neo 2. I keep getting the
Oh,
question
God, I'm
like,
so
you pick-
hyped for it.
Yeah, I keep getting the question. Oh, you interested in Neo 2? Yeah, I'm buying it when it comes out. Have you looked into it? No. I'm just gonna buy it when it comes out. I love Neo.
Oh,
You get to make
it's-
character this time though. So
Yeah.
You can make your own characters. It's I watched some of the beta footage for it. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think that comes out sooner than later.
can't remember.
I think it comes out in
I
the
thought it was May for some reason.
early part of this. We talked about this already, and I think it wasn't May. I think it was earlier than that, but it might be May. Anyway, it's coming out
Yeah.
fucking
First half of the year.
soonish, and fuck it, I'm picking that game up. It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
See, he's into it. Anything else want to say on that? I'm sit here and talk forever.
The only other thing I want to add, and I don't want to. I have to be careful how I word
I have
it.
3 games on my fucking list. We've been talking forever. Jesus Christ. It's okay to have boners. Remember that.
I appreciate that this is very much a Japanese game that came to the West and didn't mold itself to be
A small demographic of people.
well the loud people, but yeah. They kept their game the way they made it, and they let us have it that way. I'm just gonna leave it that way. I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and I don't really necessarily care like contextually what it is as much as like they made something, we got it, and
It's
I'm
a
happy about
product
that.
you should have the freedom to buy if you want it.
Yes. So
Yep.
that's where I'm going to keep that, but I'm happy that they did that. So
Just like when I'm playing Dragon's Crown, I'm not like going like, "Ooh, these girls are hot." I'm like, "What the fuck?" But it's fun.
yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's
why do you look that way?
That's one of the only games on the planet that I look at visually and go, "What the fuck?" But then I played it, I was like, "No, this is a neat game. I like the idea. This is fun to play." But I'm still just like, "Why is her ass like that?" I'm not trying to judge,
It's
but
funny
what the
too,
fuck?
because like you said, you looked up the guy talking about that was essentially marketing strategy.
Yeah.
'Cause he's like, the game would have got buried. No one would have ever played it.
He didn't want to make a fantasy game like a Tolkien fantasy game that looked like Tolkien.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it because if you look at his other games, it has the same like soft coloring of that game, but it's way more like traditional anime looking. That game's straight up fucking. You look at that game. I went to Barnes and Noble and they had a book for the art of that game in Barnes and Noble. I almost wanted to pick it up. It was $40, and I was like, "Fuck no."
Oh yes, I'm sure it was $40 because
I'm
they're
not-
not selling very many.
I'm not spending $40 to judge myself when I open that thing up. I'm gonna look
Well,
through there and go,
it's not a coffee
"Why?"
book.
No, I would not leave that. I'd rather leave fucking
What you're
porn out
talking about?
than
Plop
that
dead
shit.
center. Opened up, spread. Look at that.
Have your mom
Hey,
over
Grandma,
like,
do you
"Oh,
see
what's
that
that?"
right there? I love this game.
That is on our game of the month list though.
Yeah.
So at some
I'll be
point
down to
may
play
pop. I bought it, and
Although
I
I
didn't
played,
get a
I
chance.
played the fuck out of it. So
That was during our 24-hour stream. So
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fun.
oh yeah.
But the whole time, every time someone new came in the stream, like, what is this? And we're just like, okay, don't judge me, man. It's fun. I promise, it's fun. And people are watching like, oh, it looks fun. But why? I'm like, stop. Just
Stop questioning. It's enjoyable.
It's a video game. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Jeremy though, he's like, I like him, and I'm like, he would. His character in Sea of Thieves is thick.
You know what? Jeremy just is a loving guy.
He embraces everything,
Yeah.
man. It's a good way to live.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could do it.
Yeah. I need to stay off Twitter. Anything else?
No.
Code Vein?
No, it's fun. I think you've said it before, and I agree. Though I don't know if it's a $60 game.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I'm happy at the price point, $35. I don't feel like I'd be ripped off at $60, but I don't feel like I'd be as happy spending that. I think $40 would be fair. 35, I feel great about. The game's fun. There's a lot going on with it. I really enjoy it. It's like the game I'm playing right now outside of Sea of Thieves. But for $60, I don't think I would have picked it up. And Yeah, I just
It
feel
is
really
fun.
good
You're
about
gonna get a
35.
lot of gameplay out of it, and maybe that's just kind
not
of
a small game,
an
yeah.
unfair thing. And for me, it's mostly that I won't touch the game unless someone's playing it.
I don't know, just buying like another Soulsborne type game, and we've already discussed on how much it's not just a Soulsborne game, but the idea of buying another one that isn't a From Software game or Neo at this point for $60, I'm kind of like burnt out on the genre a little bit. Except for these individual ones, I'm glad this was my entry point because I'm like, no, it's really good. Like I enjoy playing it. It's it's level design. It's not as good as Dark Souls. It is a bit plain looking. The characters look great in my opinion, but they're very anime looking, so they're not like super graphically amazing. But they look way better than like the environments you're walking through.
I say they're detailed.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, $35 is perfect. That's a price I could definitely, if someone's curious about it, I'd be like, yeah, pick it up for sure. I think you'll like it. But if they're like, oh, $60, I could buy this or something else, I'd be like, yeah, maybe the other game possibly. But if you really want to play it, I'd say pick it up for $60. But $35 is perfect. I'm happy with that.
And in the future, if they make a sequel, make the multiplayer a little more robust and more outfits. Those are like my two things I'd like.
Two things, yeah. I mean, I don't have any complaints other than that. I enjoy playing it, so it's fun. Oh, maybe 3-player co-op. May like pop out the companion and replace them with a character. So that'd be kind of cool, or a person playing. Because I was always surprised that you could have the companion when you had someone with you.
Yeah, and the companions are kind of overpowered.
Yeah, because they stack to your level pretty much.
I don't think they run out of potions either.
Yeah, they just go at it, and they're efficient. I mean, sometimes they'll fucking not attack, and it's really frustrating when you're fighting a boss, and you're like,
Louis, go fucking berserk.
Louis, you always just murder shit before I get to it, and now I'm fighting a boss, and you're just oddly walking around and looking at him. I'm like, why aren't you getting in there? And he's just like, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting my ass kicked. Louis, you gonna help? And he's like, and he's like buffing and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
because I'm walking around like other NPCs, and he's like, wow, and he just jumps in and murders them real quick, and I'm like, Mia, fucking, you looked at one earlier, you did something to him, and we got to a certain point, and Mia just doesn't stop. She just keeps running down a hallway or down a path, and we're like looking at her, and she runs down some stairs out in the distance. I'm like, what the fuck? And then she like starts shooting at somebody. She runs back, the guy's chasing her. I'm like, you really wanted to kill that guy? I moved on with my life years ago. So
also that one boss we fought, she just opened up on like instantly. She was like, did her biggest move right off the bat. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it's random. It's weird. Sometimes they'll buff you right after the fight. It's like, thanks.
Right at the end, yeah, they're dead.
They're like, ah, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good after that fight. I'm not worried about getting killed now. With the normal fucking enemies, not the boss that we just fought.
Oh yeah,
but we should probably move forward.
Sure,
because we're still talking about my games, and you have a long list.
Yeah, fortunately, I won't have a lot to say about all of them, though. So
yeah, we already talked about Code Vein.
We talked about Code Vein. We talked about Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I was gonna.
Let's think that big.
For me, it is.
All right.
I played Final Fantasy 14. I don't really have a lot to report there.
He likes it.
We're in a lull. I'm taking care of old content. It keeps me busy, and I still enjoy doing it. Like I said before, the hook is there and isn't letting go of me on this time. Ugh, can't talk today. I already kind of talked about this too when we did our Game of the Year episode. I'm not going to go into that because we're still having this discussion here in a minute. But I played and beat Death Stranding. It took about 80 hours for me. Had a whole conversation about that already on a previous episode. We're going to talk about it a little bit here in a bit as well because it
barely.
Yeah. So, thanks to I've forgotten the name of the program now. Game Pass. There we go. I got to play Red Strings Club. I've been really interested in playing that game. I played it on PC and beat it, and I loved that game. It is very short though, so
you beat it in a couple hours.
Be aware of that. But if you enjoy like cyberpunk genre and you like narrative heavy games that have really like dark themes and kind of scary thoughts about the future, it's a cool game.
I'm always thinking about scary thoughts of the future.
Yeah, I don't
know.
It's kind of like, especially at the ending, there's a part that happens. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is creepy. But I enjoyed it a lot. I would recommend that anyone who, especially if you're into Devolver games, give it a shot.
All the drinks you mix in that game are from the blood drained from fucking Norman Reedus and Death Stranding.
Sure.
What a dark future we're living in.
I also got to try out Into the Breach, which is by the guys who made FTL or Faster Than Light. This is a tactical RPG that has interesting mechanics, like being able to push enemies and allies, in fact, while also protecting citizens. And it's very difficult. I give them props. Every tactical game I've played this year has been very difficult, so they really kind of upped the ante on those recently. Worth checking out if you're into the genre. I'm going to probably stop playing at this point, though, because it is not enough for me to want to keep playing it. I got to try out Devil May Cry 5. I played for quite a few hours. Don't lynch me. I'm not going to continue this game.
Yeah, don't publicly kill him.
Burn him at the stake.
It is a very good looking game. Very, very polished in all regards. It does not click with me at all. I don't think the combat's that great, and the dialogue really drains me mentally. So,
Yeah, Chief.
played Jump Force a little bit. Also another game with a good character creator. Combat is a little boring. I want to play it a little more before I give it any judgment, though. I don't like the 3D fighting game combat system that a lot of these games have.
I don't either.
So
The only ones I like is Tekken and Soul Calibur.
yeah, and those
And even those are still traditional typically.
they still have a more complex like fighting system.
Yeah.
So I think my biggest problem with a lot of those games is you have like one or two attack buttons. So
Yeah.
and then directions, and I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Evolution I got because in advance because I didn't know if it was going to be our game of the month because of community choice, and
Those got added to the list, right?
I don't think I added them yet. I'm gonna need to add them.
Okay.
So, yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah.
But I did play that quite a bit. I put a few hours into it. It is exactly what you think it's going to be, and it's a lot of fun if you're into micromanaging games. I had to tell myself to shut it off, though, because I know what happens when I play those games, and I just kind of like zone out and just keep going. Same thing with like Civ, for example. You
Yeah,
just
it's
keep
easy.
playing,
Just keep playing that shit.
So I haven't picked it back up yet because I'm afraid that that's going to happen again. So if you're into that kind of game, it's worth picking up. It's worth playing. Mm-hmm. I played Untitled Goose Game and beat that game as well.
I want to play it.
It's a blast. I mean, really, if you were even humoring it, it is just a really neat take on a puzzle game, and it's just super charming. And it has a really weird way of telling a story because the beginning of the game seems really like why do you start here, and then when you beat it, you're like, oh. So I don't know, a lot of fun. Also short if you're good with puzzles. Otherwise, it's just fun anyways. And then there's a post game. So after you beat it, there's more objectives to do.
Shout out to Untitled Beaker Game. Where's that at?
I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to the Muppet. What is that? Jim Henson Company.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I ain't talking to Jim Henson.
and then
Fool's
Good
dead.
luck.
community member, a community member. I don't know if I'm comfortable giving out
Sure.
names and that, but
Sure.
but
I know who they are.
yeah, they bought me Disco Elysium. I tried that a little bit today. It is a very neat styled game with a lot of dialogue choices. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It is really weird though. It's a bizarre game. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm like trying to wrap my head around it, but
Did you meet Kuno?
oh yeah.
He's trying to fuck Kuno.
I met a lot of
It's a little kid.
very bizarre people, but he's probably the crowning jewel of that town so far.
Bro.
Though the guy on top of the building that is standing next to the button wants to sit there and debate racism essentially, or races, but in a
Was he
very
like a race realist or something?
his thought
I don't-
process
I never ran into that
is
guy.
way out there. Like he's just saying like crazy things, but they are related to like people and like I don't know. It's borderline like religious / race stuff, and you're trying to convince him to move. So and he won't
Interesting.
because he thinks you're simple minded. So essentially. So anyways,
He's me.
really bizarre game. But if you like those old
Except for
school
the race stuff.
old school PC RPGs where like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and stuff like that, where you just had that like isometric viewpoint, you're wandering around clicking on everything, talking to
It's
everybody.
a very unique, like tabletop style experience.
Oh yeah, I mean you roll dice and everything. So you make a character, you have a character sheet,
And it's not
cetera.
combat
You're a
based.
police detective.
Yeah, so it's all dialogue and decisions and stuff. It's really, really interesting.
It is a very interesting. I could see why it got so much attention at the Game Awards.
It's very unique.
It's crazy though. I need to play it more though. So
Yeah.
that's my list. I was trying to shotgun through as much as possible. I did play I got to try a bunch of stuff thanks to Game Pass. So I feel like we're advertising from at this point.
It's real, yeah. It's real easy to increase your what I've been playing list if you hop on Game Pass because you're like, oh, what's this, and you just play them all. So.
Well, and it's funny because it's all
Microsoft
games,
pay us. We're advertising.
It was
for
a
you
bunch
right
of
now.
question mark games for me. I wasn't willing to buy them, and I got to play them now, and now I can tell people on certain games
They're
yeah,
shit.
buy them. Buy Untitled Goose Game. That's a buy game, I think, for a lot of people.
They're all horrible.
Red Strings Club isn't going to be for everyone. Like I said, it's like
Gameplay wise, doesn't look like it's for me, but I definitely want to play it. I like Cyberpunk. I like the visual style of it, and all that shit. So the music was good.
I would say the subject matter. I think you would
Oh,
love.
100%.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yep, that's my list though.
Cool. Largest list of the show. It's a first for it not being me.
One,
3
two of the
games.
games that you played were on my list, so I got to knock those out. So.
Yeah.
And the one I was going to talk about the most was Code Vein, so that was easy. So
Yeah, which we did. Chris.
Well, it's been a while, but I've been playing all the games that I'm contractually obligated to play,
Fair.
same.
and then a few others that I've not. So like I've been playing some Monster Hunter again, doing there's this seasonal event happening right now, so it's kind of like a Winterfest / Chinese New Year. It's really weird because Chinese New Year happens usually in February. So I
Yeah.
don't know why they're doing it now, but
That's weird.
they are. And that's fun. There's all kinds of new events and new armors and layered armors and stuff to get, and I'm just kind of farming away, looking like a 80s kung fu man. Like it's literally like a kung fu suit,
Oh,
and the
okay.
helmet is a long ponytail, like braided ponytail.
Yeah, I can see what you're. I haven't seen it, but I can see it.
So yeah, I just run around in that, just kung fuing my way through Monster Hunter. Really wishing that there was a Tonfa weapon in it so I could really kung fu my
Where's
way
it
through
at? Where's it at, Capcom?
But that's been fun. And then I've been playing, Final Fantasy 14. Like Chevy, there's a lull, so I've just been doing kind of old stuff. I finally finished my Zodiac weapon, which is the Realm Reborn's endgame weapon. And it's fancy. It's fancy looking, very fancy.
Sounds fancy.
And then
Yeah, they're usually like very specifically designed that they glow. So
yeah. And it's funny because coincidentally happens to really like thematically fit with the current game's relic armor. So it's like cool that it's like the first relic weapon matches the current relic armor stuff. It was just kind of cool little like, oh, nice theme. And then I've been playing some Neo and just doing my thing in that, and I reinstalled Bloodborne last night. I was just gonna
Nice.
hop into that for a while.
You sound like you're primed and ready for Neo 2 and possibly Code Vein.
I'll say he's got the itch.
Yeah.
I mean, you said Code Vein and $35, and I was looking for my phone with the PlayStation app on it.
Yeah. It's a good price for it.
Yeah, for sure.
People say it's like a 40-hour game, so. And
Yeah.
for me and Chevy, probably more because we're really taking our time.
Well, and also it has level scaling. We didn't bring that up either when you play multiplayer. So
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah, it's like 5 levels. So if you're like, level 25, I'll be 30. If I'm, 80, it'll still drop me down to 30. So
yeah. So if you
Oh, that's
wanted
nice.
to still like play with Seth or myself, we would be dropped in level.
Neo kind of did that when we played together. The enemies, I wouldn't one shot them. It still took me a couple hits, but I was definitely stronger than them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's pretty much like how this works. But the bigger difference is my +6 weapon doesn't change.
Yeah.
So I still have a high-end weapon.
Yeah, he just one shots the weaker guys.
Yeah.
So,
I had like 2 to 3 shots. Everyone else.
yeah, I don't hit
Nice.
anyone that hard.
That's all I've really been playing though. Nothing
fair.
super diverse.
Right on.
Yeah. because you have been busy during the holidays, which is pretty much the next segment of this episode we're going to be talking about. But before that, let us know in the comments, what have you guys been playing? What have you been enjoying? What have you not been enjoying? What do you plan on playing? What do you think we should be playing? I was asked in my stream what games I plan on playing later, and that was a really hard question for me to be asked because I'm kind of chaotic when it comes to that. I'm like, whatever hits. Like recently, I tried to force myself to play some fucking FPSs, and I just was not feeling it. I was like, I'm kind of burnt out on FPSs right now. So Sea of Thieves and Code Vein have really been itching that or scratching that itch for me of not playing an FPS. Even though, obviously Sea of Thieves is a first-person game, I wouldn't call it an FPS in the sense of like the genre, just technically. But yeah, let us know what games you're playing, what you think we should play, and all that stuff. Recommend something, and yeah. So next segment we're going into. Kris has been gone for about 3 episodes now, all big episodes that we typically want his opinions on. So that being Plus Club. For anyone who might be watching this episode and never seen those shows or not, make sure to go back and watch them if you're curious. Plus Club, we play the games offered on PlayStation Plus throughout the month, and at the end of the month, we talk about it. Game of the month, where we pick a game at random, or every 3 months, one of us picks, or the community picks a game, and we play it throughout the month, and we talk about the end. And then our game of the year, our annual game of the year, and 2 runners up episode, where we talked about our picks. Kris is not there for those. So we're going to give him the floor, and we're going to go through each of them and just kind of catch up with him because he's been gone. So probably start with the more traditional shows and then go into the Game of the Year one at the end point. So, yeah, so we'll jump into Game of the Month first, which we played Sea of Thieves that month. I'm still playing it. And me and you seem to be pretty positive about it. Without going into too much detail, because this isn't about us, make sure to go back and watch that episode if you want to hear a full in-depth conversation about that. So yeah, Kris played it. Give us your impressions, your grade, and if you got any recommendations you feel like putting out there.
So this is a game that we all played when it first launched, and I think we really enjoyed it back then. And I'm just going to say that enjoyment has continued to now. I played a little more in-depth this time than the last time, and I actually played with a full group of people, 4 in total, including myself. And it was just a fucking chaotic spree of loot and plunder.
It can be like that sometimes.
It was a lot of fun. However, although this game is very sandboxy, but I find myself being on high alert constantly in this game because the fact that just anybody anywhere can come up and just fucking murder me for no fucking reason really puts me on edge.
Don't play Daisy.
I never played that game. That's the pinnacle. I always bring that game up because that game literally made me view humans differently, because I had long conversations with people for hours who end up betraying me at some points, and I've done some fucked up things to survive in that game. So it's the only game I've experienced that in.
It is a lot of fun though, but I feel like there's not really a super like hard like directional of what to really do in the game. So I find myself just kind of being like, let's just go.
Yeah, you got to make your experience in that game.
Yeah, and for me this time around, I think what really helped was playing with Almexai, because the bastard was psychotic, and just like I would be in the crow's nest or on the deck looking out the scope for other ships, because nervous wreck while playing this game. Like, oh, what's that? I see something light in the distance. He goes, where? I go, kind of northwest, and just the boat would just be like, and just beeline it straight for it. I think the best experience, funniest but stressful experience, was just this little one-man boat off in the distance that he just beelined us for. We were trying to slow down. We didn't slow down fast enough. He didn't give a shit. He just runs, jumps off the boat, and somehow lands on their boat and murders them for no reason, unprovoked.
Yeah.
He just
that's the way to play.
screaming.
I play a lot more passive. I'm very defensive. I just don't want to interact with people. Although when I was playing with 3 other people, I had this like bravado all of a sudden. Like I was like, I got 3 people with me. I got a big ass ship. We got a bunch of fucking cannons. I'd see someone coming up. I'd pull out my megahorn thing, and I'd be like, "You friendly?" I'm like, "Yeah, please. I'm just trying to do this." I'm like, "Okay." But fucking, it was just me and Josh. I'm like, "Keep fucking going. Keep fucking going. Like, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. We're just gonna try and get the fuck out of here."
I also like that the customization is Like, you just kind of randomly get a character that you pick from, which I really like this aspect of like, yeah, you can kind of customize them. You can keep re-rolling to get something you kind of like, but it's never fully like this is my ultimate character. It's just kind of like they all look kind of disgruntled.
It's interesting because I haven't ran into anyone who looks like me. I haven't ran into people who look like each other. And they're all playing these characters that like fit the game's aesthetic, but nobody's playing like the character they would normally play as. Josh isn't some big buff dude. My guy's pretty similar to what I'd pick, but he's kind of goofy looking. Like all the characters are just kind of like, they're all on purpose kind of dorky looking. So like it's interesting. It adds a charm to the game where everyone's kind of like a goofy pirate.
Yeah. Yeah. That being said, that you can buy more outfits and or colored skins for your instruments and tools and things like that. And I made my character a fucking drag queen, and it's fucking glorious. Like,
yeah, because you can wear anything in that game. Yeah,
anything, which is great. I love it. There's no restrictions on anything whatsoever. So I've got a dress, I got fucking like fancy shoes with buckles on them, I got geisha makeup on, and I got a parrot claw for a hand.
God damn. Jeremy has a thick girl, and sometimes he'll like throw on a beard. And I just had the same suit he had on earlier, but he just has a beard. And he came up to me. I like turned around. He has like this weird like Carmen Sandiego outfit he wears a lot. Otherwise, he has like this peasant outfit. And every time I'm like, "You have more money than I do. Why are you wearing that?" And he's like, "Hey." And I'm like, "It's just a question." He's like, "I look good." Like I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then anytime I bring that outfit up, he'll go get in his Carmen Sandiego outfit. He shows up with his fucking red hat and shit. And he's just staring at me. And then one time I'm up on the front of the ship and I like turn around and I thought I was looking at a doppelganger that was thicker than me. And I like looked at the eyes and I'm like, "Is that Jeremy?" It's just like this beard and a hat, and he's just staring at me. And he turns around and just like runs off. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh, apparently you can just put on whatever the hell you want." So he likes that brown outfit he has, though. He looks like he's on the Nebuchadnezzar in the Matrix. Every time I see that, I'm like, "Are you part of a tribe?" It's very basic.
But once again, it aesthetically fits the game, though. So.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Everything fits the game. There's even like the special items, like there's like special event stuff, and even that stuff still fits within the theme of the game, which is really nice. You can tell they put a lot of time and effort into making things cohesive. I think the big charm for this game, though, is playing with other people. I don't think I could play this on my own.
100%.
This is definitely a game you jump into with friends and just like kind of have an adventure, and you can tell stories to other people who play this as well.
Yeah, I agree. I have played by myself quite a few times just because it is a game that I can play on my own. But and I enjoy myself for sure. I can play the game by myself, but the amount of fun I have with people is so much higher. They're not like slightly comparable in any way. Like it's just like I can have fun by myself and relax, which is the only way I can play that by myself, or I can play with a bunch of people and have a blast. Like it's completely different. It's so much more fun with people that I just prefer not to play by myself because it's just not as fun. I know the potential is higher with more people. Even one other person makes the game way more fun. Because there's a lot of sailing and shit that like you're just gonna be sitting there. I'll put on like a podcast sometimes or just listen to music, something like that, and it's atmospheric. It's awesome, but the fun factor's not there. I'm just like, okay, I'll go drop this thing off. I'll go do this, go do that. But when with people and shit, the dynamic, the amount of things that can happen. The stories you can tell, that's where it all happens, is with more people. Yeah.
And on that note, I only wish that you could have more people that you play with. Like, it's you and 3 friends. I really wish you could have at least, like, 5 friends, maybe 6 people in total on a ship. I think that would really make the game more entertaining.
I think because it'd be really chaotic, personally.
Yeah. But
I mean, it could be really chaotic, but you also make like a system of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what you're going to do. This is what you guys are going to do. You can really divvy out like, because there's a lot to do to run the boat with 4 people. Like there's like 3 sets of sails. They all have to be unfurled. They all have to be angled right. You have all the cannons, like all like 12 of them loaded. The boat's got to be repaired constantly. The map has to be adjusted. Like there's so many tasks that can be divvied up. And like, I think it'd be really fun to have just a buttload of people on a boat.
Yeah, I could see that. I'd be interested in trying it, but I think 4 is kind of the perfect spot. I do kind of wish, though, that you could have another group of 4 friends in the same server but not in the servers that exist already. I think there should be a separate section where you can do that, because I get why they don't let you do that. Because then you just have
Absolutely.
like a fleet of people destroying everybody
For sure.
on a
Right.
server, which would not be fun for the people who are like alone on a boat, which I run into all the time. There's people who play alone all the time, and when I'm like, "Hey, you friendly?" They're like, "Yeah, like please don't kill me." And I'm like I had a guy thank me, and I jokingly said in the stream, I'm like, "What a world we live in, where fucking someone thanked me for not fucking with him." I was like, I feel worse about the world right now that guy said thank you for that. Because I had no intention of doing it. I was just joking, like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Blah, blah. And he's like, "Oh, thank you for not doing anything." And just like went away. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, I'm not going to fuck with you.
Yeah, I mean, effectively, it just needs private server ability.
Yeah, which would be kind of cool to do that. Or even public servers where you could have fleets or whatever. And even if you had like 2 major boats with 4 people on each of them, have like some kind of like allegiance system where you're not in the same party, but like you're part of the same thing,
Like a
which would be
faction.
kind of cool. Yeah, it'd be kind of neat to play around like that. Maybe have a server for factions or something like that. But I still think it'd be
Yeah,
kind of neat to
absolutely.
play as a single person on a server and see like fleet wars or something like that. But I think that would need to be separate, because I 100% understand why they do it. So if there's they just add another thing to have that kind of like experimental mode or something like that. And then private servers, yeah, but that kind of takes away a lot
Right.
from what makes this game, because you're not
Right,
like
the
building
random element
forts. You're not,
of random people.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's another thing the system does really well is like when we were playing for a while and we didn't run to anybody, and the server was like, "We're switching you to a server that has more people in it because this population is too low," which I think is a really good thing to just like make sure that you actually have other people to interact with in that random element. Even though we only ran to like maybe like 2 other people, it was still nice to know that they were just switching servers with us so that we could have that choice. Whereas like we're not just sitting on a dead server for 3 hours.
yeah. It does a good job at like cycling through and making sure you're always playing with people and there's other people around and stuff. Although Christmas morning, and by morning I mean like 4 a.m., me and Jeremy were playing, and there was fucking nobody for like 5 hours, 4 hours. We played a while, and then like around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., people start showing up. I'm like, what? People wake up for the fucking presents? Everybody's in bed sleeping, waiting
Probably.
for Santa and shit. Because it was just quiet. There was barely any events happening or anything. There's barely any storms. Like we're just kind of cruising around. Like that's kind of nice.
I will say when we're playing 14 even, and we go in to queue up for something about 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Queues
nothing.
are fucking impossible. So
Fuck. Well, I got more game time waiting for me in a present somewhere. I'm gonna go to bed.
Although the last couple days, it's been a queue just to log into the game.
yeah, you can tell people got it for Christmas. So
Yeah.
all right.
But yeah, overall, I've really enjoyed playing this game with other people
Yeah.
when the opportunity arises. And I'm always down. If someone was like, "Hey, we got some people playing Sea of Thieves, you want to play with us?" I'd be like, "Absolutely, let me get my dress on,
Let me
play
throw
my
some makeup on real
whirly-gurdy,
quick.
and just go to town."
Yeah. Yeah. So, anything else you want to say on impressions?
No.
All right.
I think
I'm just going to jump into the grade part. And then we already recommend a lot of stuff. Feel free to definitely recommend to certain people if you want. You don't have to either. We can just move on. But regardless, whatever you want to do. But what would you grade the game based off your experience?
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Nice.
I think it's a really fun and entertaining game, but I think it needs, for me personally, just a little more direction, optional, just to like kind of give me some semblance of what to do, other than just kind of come up with random adventures. I like the way it plays. I like the art style of the game, and the sound quality of it is really fun with all the instruments and how they kind of like sync up together when you're playing with a group of people.
Mhm.
And just the interactions overall can be fun and entertaining, but I think it just definitely needs more direction for me, I think, to really get a deep-seated play of it.
That's interesting because I gave it a B plus as well. And my one thing I wanted from it, it's funny because you didn't even really mention this, and that's fine. But you also want something from it that I didn't say anything about. I would like to see more content for it. I think there's already plenty of content. I just want more. This game is like a great foundation. Keep adding new stuff to do in it. But the direction thing's interesting. because I'm okay with a sandbox and kind of making my own adventure, but I can understand completely some kind of guidance, some kind of push to do things and have an objective and stuff outside of just let's make money.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Because
it's
I
really
feel like
interesting.
once you've made enough money and you've bought everything at the current setup, what else is there to do?
Play socially.
Yeah.
Which is its biggest strength. But I mean, you gave it a B plus, and so did I. That's really high grade. So I think Chevy gave it a B minus or B, something like that. It was lower than mine. I think it was a B minus.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
not in that
interesting.
mode right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was essentially saying that, like, you know, when the game's fun, it's B range for me for sure. When I really enjoy it though, it goes in A range for me for the experience. The experience is A range, but the game itself isn't. So I had to give it something in between. So I went B plus.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of floating between A minus and B plus, but B plus feels right for me just because I'm like I said, I'm missing that direction or like that kind of like end goal of like maybe like building a base with each other on an island or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I don't want to see in this game is any kind of. So many games already do stuff like that, and they do it well. And this game could definitely do it well, but I like the aspect of this game being about moving and going and being on the sea and being a pirate. And if you start becoming more stationary, I think it would take away from you'd want to set up shop and be at home and set up and get all the cool stuff to make your house cool and stuff. And I think the ship is where it's at. I was kind of suggesting it'd be kind of cool to have more expansive upgrades for your ship in a social sense, like having like a poker table you could buy for your ship, or like all these different activities where you could sit down and drink together and have different animations and stuff. And like, you know, on my account, I bought that, so now I can put it on any ship we're playing on. And so on these long journeys where you're fucking hang out just playing the instruments for fun, it'd be cool to have all these other activities to do. I mean, even for anybody who doesn't know, if you're playing Sea of Thieves, Twitch Prime has a free thing for Sea of Thieves. Everybody should go grab that, where it gives you, I think, some stuff for your ship, but also gives you a monkey, a purple one. And I'm really impressed with all the shit that monkey does.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's like walking all over the ship and sitting on its different parts and itching itself. You can put it in the cannon, shoot it the fuck off, it comes back. It's all covered in black stuff and just looking at you like, what the fuck? And like you can pick it up and it's just sitting there hanging out with you and you can pet it and then you can hold it out and it'll start dancing and stuff. And like when you're shooting, it'll duck and like start making noises and stuff. And it'll like it's really impressive.
It is.
They put a lot of work on this shit. It just follows you around freely. You can put it down. At first I put it down, I'm like, oh, it just stays in one spot. And then I start walking, I turn around, it's just like slowly following me, just like looking at me and stuff, and just like start hanging out and start like scratch yourself and stuff like that. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And there's cosmetics for them and all that shit. I'm like, man, fucking add more shit like that.
Yeah.
They do. They're just real money.
Yeah, well, I think we were talking about this a little bit, but there needs to be the base level ones should be in the game for gold. And then the really cool ones and the cosmetics, yeah, sure, fucking make me buy them. But then I saw how much work they put into them. They're not just like an animal that follows you like most games. It's all these things they do, and it's really impressive. Like that, nothing in this game is simple in the sense of like development. It's all well crafted, like really well. It's really impressive. Anyway, sorry, I had to go on that thing because that monkey's dope, and you should get it. It's free.
I'll have to make sure to do that. Remind me when we're done. I'll just log in and grab it.
I named mine Bubbles Coon.
I would have never guessed.
Bubbles Coon. I love him. Although everybody on the ship, I first got him. I was just looking at him, and then I put my hand out. I started dancing. As soon as I did that, Jeremy's staring. He's like, and just grabbed it.
He did that to Almatai.
And then he wandered off real fast. His chick's thick, and she's like walked off with it. I'm following him. He's pushing the can, goes boom, and shoots it out. I'm like, and he just turns around. And he's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, I did that to Almatai.
But he did it like I just got the thing. I just pulled it up. He goes, and he just went, shot it off. I was like,
As soon as I realized I could take it from him, I was like,
Jeremy's real fucking snatchy. He's always watching what you're doing. As soon as you go like this, he goes, and just like goes and takes it somewhere. I'm like, all right. So B plus.
yes.
You had good impressions of the game. You want more structure to the game though, and guidance.
Just a little bit. I don't want to ruin the sandbox experience. I just want
sure.
a little bit more structure.
All right, we are at an hour and 42 minutes already. So if you don't mind, I would suggest let's just jump into the next thing, unless there's someone you
Absolutely.
really want to recommend this to. But
No.
okay. So then we did Plus Club, where we played Monster Energy Supercross and Titanfall 2, which I keep forgetting because it's just such a classic, amazing game in my opinion. And I'm just like, I already have it. Yeah, so jump into whichever one you feel the best about and give us impressions and grade.
All right, so I'll go with Titanfall 2 first.
Okay.
This is a game we've all played before.
Yep.
But last time I think I played only the PvP, which is fun in its own right. But this time I focused only on the story mode.
Cool.
And it's fun. It's riveting. I'm not sure how far I got in the story. I got like 4 or 5 different mechs, all the way to the samurai lady. I'm assuming
It's pretty far into it.
midway, maybe at best.
Pretty far into it. I think there's like
Pretty
2
far,
more
okay.
left. Maybe 1 more.
I would say that's got to be most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only like 2 left, if I recall right.
Yeah.
That I was missing, like 1 or 2 left. But it was entertaining for what it was. I really like the interactivity that your character has with the giant mech and you being on your own. Like it just sits there and it does its thing, and you can be like, "Hey, come get me," or run up to it and it picks you up. And just like the smooth interactivity between the two, they just flow so
Buttery.
well together.
Yep.
It's just so nice. The weapons, you can tell like some of the weapons are designed for killing the Titans, and some of them are designed for fighting, normal civilian. I just said fuck it and had only Titan killing weapons. So I was like blasting people, and they would just like disintegrate into pools of blood everywhere. It was amazing.
Scorched earth over here.
Yeah, that's a different approach to me. I like myself a nice assault rifle or SMG.
Oh no, I had like, I don't know what it was called, just like this laser gun which just shoot like balls of energy.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. Just fuck you.
There's a lot of different types of weapons in this game.
There are so many, and like the Mozambique in this game, I really liked too.
Yeah,
which is like this little pistol that has like a shotgun spread on it. It seems like, whereas compared to like what you hear about
Apex Legends.
Apex, where it's like it was the worst gun in the game. I know that they tweaked it, but yeah, I was just laughing.
It was a
like,
joke.
oh, this gun, references. But overall, I really enjoyed the game. I really found myself. I'm not a big first-person shooter, but this is really like an agile first-person shooter. Like there's a lot of motion to it. There's a lot of like wall running and jumping and things like that, which I think really catered more to my gameplay experiences with these kinds of games. Like I really like
Basically a platformer with guns.
Yeah, I really like that aspect of like if I want to get out of a firefight, I can just run across a couple walls and take cover. I don't have to like run and be like, bah, I'm a football player running to cover. I just like you're quick, you're agile. I really like that. It was just an overall really enjoyable experience for me. I really liked it. It was weird because it's an FPS, and I usually hate FPSs.
There's something about Titanfall as a brand and game that's very unique. And to its, that's why I'm always like, give me more Titanfall, dude, because it's like it's there's so much there that I want more of or more from. So
and not only is the weapons unique, but all the mechs, the loadouts, which you can switch at any time in PvE. I don't know if you can do it in PvP. I can't remember, but you can just switch them on the go as you're running around, and I really enjoyed it. But I really played the fire one the most, I think.
Scorch.
yeah, I think Josh liked that one as well.
So, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It was just great, and just the story is intriguing. It's really intriguing, and the level design. Oh my god! Just going through the factory alone was just like, this is epic.
All these things moving around stuff, and you're jumping and running and stuff. Yeah,
And you're trying to figure out what it's building and what the purpose of it is for. You get to the end, you're like, oh, that's what they're doing with it.
I'm gonna say the same thing I say to Chevy all the time. If you get a chance, beat it. It's got a really cool story, and I think they did a really good job with it, especially in developing a relationship between you and BT. I don't know. I definitely want more from that. So
It's great. I loved it.
yeah. Vince Zampella is now the lead director of Dice LA. He's gonna rename it, so he's about to clean house and make that place fucking make some money.
Oh dear.
Well, EA needs something, so.
Yeah, fucking Respawn's doing great, and they're like, oh, well, there's one thing we own that people celebrate.
Yeah.
So how about you start fixing EA? I wouldn't be surprised if eventually he became the lead for EA.
Be a lot less robotic.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just high all the time. But he's got really cool ideas. And he knows what makes a game fun.
Yeah.
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 What would you grade it?
I am going to give this one also a B+. I
Okay.
really, really enjoyed it for a shooter. That's a really high grade for me because
yeah.
I despise shooters. I couldn't tell you exactly what I would like more out of it, but it feels like there's something else that's not quite there for me. Maybe it's just, I need to go back to the PvP where there's more character customization. That probably would drive a little higher for me. But as it sits now, it's a B+. It's a really fun game. I think everybody should give it out. Just, a shot here and there. The story is fun, unique, and interesting. And the gameplay is just fast-paced and energetic. And shotguns actually have a fun effect in them for once.
Yeah. No, B+ is high for, most games. So, that's good to hear because you do have a certain disposition towards first-person shooters. So,
I feel like that's what I gave it anyways, due to it aging.
yeah, we're in the B range. We're both pretty generous with that, but we're already fans of it. So, yeah, so that's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you graded it that high because I don't know anybody who dislikes Titanfall.
Yeah.
Don't know anybody that doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, even when the game came out, I remember seeing on Reddit constantly people like, should I play this game? And people played the game like, yes, please,
I was one of them.
buy it.
I was all over the internet telling people, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. It's on sale for $20. Buy it, buy it.
Yeah.
They're trying to make that brand. They're cheapening the price because they're trying to make that brand and every house fucking name that everyone fucking knows. And I want that. So when Titanfall 3 comes out, it finally gets the reaction it deserves. Because 1 was slightly hollow in some ways. It was a multiplayer game. 2 did a great job. There's room for improvement, but they nailed it with 2. 3 just needs to be a grander experience of that. So, but yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, don't know anybody that dislikes it. I've never heard anybody say that. They just haven't played it, or they like it. So, okay. So I'm dying to hear. There's it's a racing game that has to do with this company, Monster Energy.
Not sponsored.
Not
Us, at
sponsored.
least.
Not sponsored, but I gotta say the name anyway. So Monster Energy Supercross. Impressions and grade.
So when this was first announced, I made the call that this sounds like a game that Burger King released decades ago.
Sneak King.
And I enjoyed playing Sneaking. This game feels like a shameless plug for Monster. Now, I'm not averse to racing games. I've owned a few in my days. I've played a few of them. I enjoyed them here and there. This felt horrible. I could not, for the life of me, get anything but last place in the first fucking race. Over and over and over again. I tried so far. I was like, okay, brake around the corners, or accelerate on the rear, front brake around this corner. I tried, because it's got some really interesting technical aspects to it, which I give it credit for. You can torque those bikes to be like, I want more front load, I want more rear load, I want more, tension on this end, which is cool. But unless you're like really into dirt bike racing and know what all that shit is, it's fluff to me.
Yeah.
And I got so frustrated. I was like, this is the first level. Like, this is the intro, the demo level. I can't beat it. Am I just shit? I must be, because I can't fucking win.
I've heard the exact same thing you're saying from multiple people. So, and as a person who's played, like dirt bike games, this isn't a sim racer. So it has no excuse on trying to be super fucking difficult. It's an arcade racer. It's trying to look realistic. But at the same time, regardless of what the racing game is, the first race should be a way to get you used to the game. And not to be like, can you beat this?
Look at you. You're a piece of shit. You can't even make this corner without going out of bounds. Haha.
While you're re-strategizing this race, you should go buy some Monster. Maybe the energy would perk you up.
Well,
This game
something
has
to
so
do with
much
motorsports.
content you have to pay for, like just like additional, like, oh, here's this skin, buy these coins, buy this shit, here, buy this, come on, mom, and more. I was just so put off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about it already, but yeah, the big thing I noticed immediately when I started that game was it loaded, gave you the title screen, no control over the title screen,
Loads again.
loads the first race.
And then I timed loading. I have video of it that took about a minute and 10 seconds. And for a race that's going to last a couple minutes
on a pro.
that's a long fucking time to wait to get into a short ass race.
Yeah. I don't have a pro. It wasn't a minute 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing a pro. And then a lot of the riders, I have video of it. I passed through them like they don't exist, or I'd hit them and stop, or they'd hit me and knock me over, or I'd land on top of a dude's head as I'm landing on it from a jump, and I would just float on his fucking head and then drop off eventually. So that's just inconsistent. Either let me pass through people like a fucking ghost, or make them realistic. So if you crash into them, you crash. Or make them all fucking strong bubble people that you just kind of touch and don't interact with. The girl that walks back and forth with the sign in the beginning of the races, her black pants are just legs with black paint on them. I'm sure they're supposed to be jeans, but if you look at the character model, they just made a female character model and then painted her. Yeah, it's a very hollow experience, in my opinion. But this isn't about me.
Trying to do tricks, forget it.
Forget
it.
I don't know if
I could do one where I could make the back tire kind of skirt forward, just a little tiny hair, and then back again.
Yeah, I didn't even try.
Yeah, and the controls are atrocious, and you can't change them.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I'm gonna grade it right now. It's a fucking F.
Oh shit!
I can't even beat the first fucking level. Fuck your game.
Okay, fair.
I didn't go that low, but yeah.
I gave it a D-. I think.
I think I did the same. Yeah. Because it technically
maybe if
plays.
you really, really like fucking Monster and racing dirt bikes, you would, put up with this game. But
okay.
I
thought you were saying
flopped.
I thought you were saying maybe if you really like that shit, you'd give it a D-. I was like,
I was about to argue. I was like, there's a lot of people who like Monster who probably don't like the game.
Well, to be fair, maybe somebody from that conversation is here, so I don't want to make anyone feel bad for liking this game. I talked to a couple people on Reddit who like this game.
Yeah, one guy.
If you can find
really
enjoyment in this game, absolutely play it to your heart's content.
But when I was asked, we were not being combative anyway. Because I gave out my opinion. He's like, a lot of people keep saying it's just a blatant advertisement. I just don't see it. Which I'm like, okay, fair. Like, if that's the way you view it. I'm only saying it because I'm not saying it because Monster's in the title. That was his big point of contention. Like, everybody sees the title and they're like, oh, it's an advertisement. My point is, in playing it, a lot of the features are half-baked. And so it feels hollow. So when I look at a game that's half-made, in my opinion, that is full of advertisements, not just for Monster, but also for every rider in the game has their Twitter handles as you start the game or the race. I start going, what was the intention of making this game? They spent money on it, but they didn't fully develop it. There's a lot of things that are wrong with it. So it feels like a quick cash grab, in my opinion. That's my problem with it. It's not necessarily that Monster's I get they're a sponsor. It's fine. But, like I said, when you're driving through some people and hitting other ones and you're bouncing off them or getting knocked down by them, that's already a big problem. The AI, I said this when we talked about it, I'll reiterate, the AI almost doesn't exist. It knows to start the race, how to go down the track, and how to get to the end. That's what it does. It doesn't care if you're there. It doesn't care if anyone else is there. It just goes until it finishes the race. There's not any advanced AI in it. And I'm not looking for anything revolutionary, but it was 2019. It's 2020 now. Racing games have had AI more advanced than this back on the 64, back on the PlayStation, back on Super Nintendo. There's more character to the AI in Super Mario Kart than there is in this game.
F-Zero.
I mean, yeah, everything. Yeah. Everything. There's a sense of like, oh, this guy's going to go around the corner and he's going to try and not get hit by and stuff like that. And this game literally is just like they put a bunch of character models on the track and they go, you got to get to the finish line. And they go, and they don't care about anything. They just drive. And it's just, it's not, I'm not like, wow, they're just bad. It's just bad AI. It's not developed.
Yeah. And the turning is either too sharp or not sharp enough.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
The animation
no
doesn't look
between.
good when you're turning. Like, it just feels like the bike model's just fucking moving and shit. Like, there's not a good lean to it. And, like, the game just feels like... And the guy that I talked to on Reddit, I forgot his name in case he's watching, so I apologize for that. He said that the company makes like all the motocross games nowadays. They make like MotoGP and MX versus blah blah. They make all of them, which is weird. So I watched some of the videos of their other games, and they all look better than this one. So I wonder if like through the contract, through whatever company won this game made, they're the guys who make these games, so they just made it for them. I wonder if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm sure it was also a matter of budget. I cannot imagine this game costs a lot to make.
But it still costs millions.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, to
Right.
develop a game costs millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It looks like it's built off the engine they already have, though, because I was watching some of the other games, and they look pretty similar. Difference is a lot of their other games, or at least one of them that I watched, the dirt will actually move where your tires have been, stuff like that. So seeing those details, I'm like, so that one looks like they even put a little more work into it.
Yeah.
But they had like titles that I recognized, so they're still. Even though I used to love MotoGP back in the day. And somebody bought it at some point, and after they bought it, I fucking hated it. And that was years ago on like Xbox 360.
Maybe it's them.
So I think it's them, unless it got bought again. But the original MotoGPs, I used to love those fucking games. They were like my motorcycle Gran Turismo, but they turned into like weird arcadey games.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to get in on the rant, but they're. I just wanted to be clear. I have an opportunity now to address, in a less joking manner, my problems with the game, which is shortly underdeveloped game.
Yeah.
And I think
It is.
all of our complaints kind of back that.
For sure.
Even if it wasn't even called Monster, blah 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 blah. If you just took the monster out of it, it would still be a hollowed experience. That's the
Yeah.
problem, I think, is that there's no real like just finalized finished product other than like, here's the monster logos, here's the bikers, advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So you give that an F? Your
couldn't beat the
impressions were
first
pretty meh?
level. I couldn't beat the first level, so
Yeah.
it's an
Which
F.
in any racing game should be the race where you went like, it's easy. I'm moving on to the next one. That's
Like,
just
at
there
least
to
it
kind of
get-
show
put
you how
me,
to
like,
play.
Also, you don't even have to
Mid-pack?
first. Yeah.
Not even last. Like last. That's ridiculous. I was getting lapped. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've played plenty of games like that before. So when I was having issues with that game, it's not because I don't know how a motorcycle works or how to race in a
Yeah.
game. I play plenty of sim racers, played plenty of motorcycle games. It's a video game. So like when I was playing, I was like, this is difficult to fucking play. And not for any challenging reason. It just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the AI is just like, move. It's not even move. It's not even aggressive. It's just like,
Coming through. Yeah.
just moving forward. You're like, what the
Accelerate down the course.
Yeah. Must finish through everybody. And they're all doing that. And you're like, Jesus. Someone even be like a fifth of my intelligence here? Like, goddamn. At least try not to fucking get killed. I watched at one point, like one guy hit me, knocked me down, and then everyone just drove right over me. No one tried to avoid my motorcycle. It was like, and some people were crashing and shit as it happened. I was like, you wouldn't even try and go around that? In real life, if that happened, people go, shit, and try not to fucking kill that guy or crash into something.
Or wreck their very expensive vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my problems with earlier Forza games is like the race would start and they would just start merging over and they go and just drive you off the road. I'm like, in real life, that car's expensive as fuck, first off. So why would you do that?
your sponsors are
Secondly,
pissed.
morally, why would you put people in danger in a fucking professional race? You're being filmed. You're on. I mean, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It just takes me out of it. I'm like, damn, this AI is dumb.
Yeah.
It's just
slot
like,
car racing.
move.
There's no tactics to it. It's just this is the exact plot. I have to go down. I'm going down.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I say we got one more big topic for us.
We got one more big topic. Let's kind of try and keep it short, but talk as much as
I
you want,
will.
obviously.
Definitely.
We're going to talk about Game of the Year and runners-up. Just real quick, in case you didn't get a chance, and I would definitely encourage you to go watch it. Josh was on that, so you can find out his stuff. I'm not going to speak for him, but me and Chevy talked as well at length on our 2 runners up in Game of the Year, which we do every year. My runners up were Control, which was a fantastic game. Obviously, Resident Evil 2 Remake was my next runner up, and could have been my Game of the Year. I really enjoyed the game a lot. It's fucking awesome in every way, and I wanted to keep replaying it, and I can't wait for the future of Resident Evil when I played it. And then Death Stranding is my Game of the Year. I love that game to death, and it's one of the best games, not only this year, but in many years for me. So I really enjoyed it. So, and then your games were...
Monster Hunter World Iceborne was my first runner-up. The next game was Death Stranding for me. And the only reason, like I stated in that episode, and you, like he said, if you want more detail,
we had
definitely check it
full
out.
conversations.
My first place, my game of the year, I have 6 years of investment, like personal investment in, so which was Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers for me. But Death Stranding is a very powerful title, so
For sure.
yeah.
We all gave Death Stranding some love, and you guys both gave Monster Hunter World Iceborne love. It's in my top 5, but I had to just inch past it. Okay, Chris. So before you jump into your 2 runners up in your Game of the Year, do your runners up have an order, or are they both just equally just not your Game of the Year? Or are you going from...
There is an order. There's an order. So I generally do my Game of the Years based on not only how much I enjoyed the game, but mainly how much time I put into them. Because it's a good indicator for me if I'm enjoying myself or not. So the first runner-up I have is someone was trying to pester me about what my Game of the Year was before we did the show. I was like, you just have to wait and see. But surprise, I think you got it pretty much dead on. Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay.
This game, it just changed so much. Like the characters all have, different stories now, and there's like different alliances and allegiances with the characters story-wise, and they've added so many fun different DLC characters. Like Shang Tsung is not just like, Shang Tsung from other Mortal Kombat. It's Shang Tsung from the fucking movie. It's the same actor. He did the voicing. He did I don't know if they did the oh god, what is that called?
Facial mocapping?
Yeah, the mocapping. I don't know if he did the mocapping for it or not.
He looks like him. But yeah, someone else could have.
It looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
And he even has like his outfit from the movie, even though NetherRealm was like, we're trying to diverge away from the movie. Like, you just ripped him straight from the movie.
Yeah, it's weird because the rest of the game feels very much like its own game, but then they are doing what is popularly being talked about recently. It's fan service in a sense because you watch the movie, you're going to go, oh, it's cool. But it's so funny when people are talking about that negatively now. I'm like, bitch, we've been watching anime for years. Fan service has been a thing. Don't act like it's some big new thing. Anyway.
Yeah. It's great to see all the characters revamped and done in ways like their fighting styles, and because they all have different skill sets and moves that are unique to different variations that you can customize. But they all feel so like unique and like really represent the characters really, really well. Even I think the most recent character they added was Sindel into the game. She's great. She's like this not only is she like this sorceress, but she's also kind of like a banshee. That's why she like has the screaming ability. It's really cool. It's really neat. I mean, Shang Tsung can shapeshift into all the old ninjas. So he's got like old Scorpion, old Reptile, old Sub-Zero. It's really cool, and they just kind of weave in and out with them. It's fun. It's really just a fun game, and just the reimagining of the story is neat.
That's really cool. That's for some reason I forgot that game came out this year just because it wasn't necessarily in my catalog of games, many games I played this year. But I remember that you did play it, so that's kind of cool to hear that it's a perspective that we haven't shared on in our opinions yet. So it's
for
cool.
sure. Yeah.
Oh, they're adding more guest cameo characters. They have the Terminator.
Yeah.
Like it's literally Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they're adding Spawn and the Joker.
Spawn's fucking coming back to another fighting game, huh? Joker's been in plenty though. So
Joker also makes sense because they make the
Injustice
DC fighting game.
Yeah. Which are great.
And it's gonna be really fun to see him in this one because they did the Mortal Kombat versus DC, and they couldn't do fatalities because the DC licensing at the time wouldn't let them do it. So it'll be interesting to see how like brutal they'll get with the Joker, because he is a very, very visceral, brutal character in the comic books. So we need to see what they do with him. Although I'm kind of personally sick of seeing him in every game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, it's the Joker, so I like him, but at the same time, I'm like, well, let's get someone else.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like always seeing Green Goblin,
Yeah.
So.
So my next runner-up
Okay.
is going to be Monster Hunter Iceborne, because I'm still playing it currently, and I'm just such a big fan of Monster Hunter. How can I not put the console version of my handheld game on my game of the year? There's just so much to add to it, and it's even though it's a DLC, it's a whole new game.
It's an
Yeah.
expansion.
There's just so much to
Not a DLC.
expansion. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
just
definitely expansion. They did
so
good job
much
with
to
it.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak it well enough of it. There's just all the monsters that you remember from before. There's some newer ones, and they keep adding more. And there's like this roster of more they're supposed to be adding, and it's great. The only gripe I have with it is a lot of the weapons feel very dull and kind of recycled skins, even in
That's
this
a fair
expansion.
view.
Yeah, that was an issue even with the base game too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Part of the reason they say that is like there's this customizations talent you get later on that kind of changes the weapon stats. And so like the more basic looking weapons, they change slightly, like the different skins will be applied to it and stuff like that. So they said that they couldn't really make super diverse weapons if they wanted to include a system into it, because it'd be overly complicated, allowing this like kind of changing in your weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but I had heard something along those lines as well. And then the only thing I wanted to add, because it was on mine as well, is that I mean, you could rip this away from Monster Hunter World, and it is a standalone full title by itself.
It could be. Yeah, it'd be a slightly smaller, but I mean, it's a fucking full chunk of content
For sure.
Yeah.
and everything about it's new and exciting and fresh. So, I was actually
The
wondering if that was
crossover
going to
events
be
are
your
great.
game of the year or not. So, I was
Yeah,
curious.
it's close. It's real. That one's real, like neck and neck for me. It's really close. But my game of the year is gonna have to be the one that I've spent the most time playing. I come home and spend 3-4 hours a day playing this game, and it's Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Shadowbringers. What can I say? So I've been playing the game for a long time, and I will occasionally, when I get like gaps in between playing, I'll come back in and I'll like, I got all the story to do, but I just skip through the story and watch it later. This is the first time that I've actually stopped and watched the cutscenes as I'm playing the game and got the story fully delved to me. And it's just like this really incredible buildup and like this weird like shift of like story. And you're just like, what the fuck's happening? It's so mind blowing. It's just so much fun. And they did the fan service of adding 2 new races to the game, even though they said like this is a really big struggle for us, and you're gonna have to deal with what we give you, basically. But people love it. People are enjoying it so much, and the new classes are always fun, and it's always asking for more and more and more. And I'm so excited to see what they're gonna do in the future. It's just so much fun. I think everybody needs to play this game. Everybody absolutely needs to play this game.
It's a tall
It's
order.
a tall order. Yeah, for sure.
I
I mean,
know,
I
I
agree
know.
that everybody should give it a try. I don't think it's for everybody. I think everybody should find that out if it's for them or not.
Absolutely.
Because it's a
Give
bit
it a go.
daunting. There's a lot to that game. But yeah, that game, I mean, I've seen people even recently try it out for the first time and go like, well, it was actually a lot better than I thought it'd be. So
There's a lot of new people right now too, because of first off the high reviews, but also the holidays just happened. So I'm seeing a lot of people going. Even out of all places on TikTok, I saw one like yesterday. If this guy was like, "I just tried this game and it's really great. What server are you guys all on?" So like people are experiencing it right now for the first time, which is great. It is MMO and it's a long-term game,
is.
and that's not for everybody.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
you
I was wondering, like I said before, I was wondering if Monster Hunter would be your game of the year, but also I was wondering if this would be. So I was like, which one's it going to be?
Yeah. I would say if you are going to play this kind of like a running joke at this point with the community, but if you're gonna first start playing, start with something other than Black Mage.
Our community. I'm going to specify
Yeah,
that.
in our community.
Not the Final Fantasy community. Not speaking for everybody.
Start with something.
Yeah, don't do that. Chris got in trouble about that. Yeah. Going, people want this, not that. And some guy's like, what?
Yeah.
You are incorrect. I was like, ooh.
In our experience, that has not been a good starting job for people. we
Yes,
recommend
yes.
the
In
game
our
to,
experience,
so.
everybody who's played with us, who played it for the first time and quit playing, has played that class.
Play
first.
Monk.
Monk's fun.
Monk.
Yeah.
Monk is fun. There's just so many. There's so many different classes, and they all play uniquely, and they all are representations of all the classes from all the old games before. It's just there's so much. Like if you've enjoyed any other Final Fantasy, there's so many references to every other game in this, and they just keep adding more. Like there's one of the next bosses that they're adding to the game is fucking Ruby Weapon from Final Fantasy VII.
It's really interesting how the game kind of threads the needle with it's really on that fine line of like it has its own lore and story and all that shit. It's
100%.
very much its own game,
Mm-hmm.
but it also is. It knows that there's Final Fantasy fans playing it, and they have an opportunity to celebrate Final Fantasy within that MMO. Because I used to think it was kind of like a safe thing for Square Enix to pander to the community because they want to make you happy. They're like, look at all this cool stuff. You're a Final Fantasy fan. You're going to want this. But now with all the stuff I've heard positively about specifically this newest expansion and its story being one of the best Final Fantasy stories, apparently, which I've heard a lot. It's not even like a rare thing I'm hearing. I'm viewing it now as more so there's a duality to the game itself and the story it's telling, but also the fun content of running raids, dungeons, all that shit, and celebrating things that Final Fantasy fans can be excited about because of the legacy of the series. I mean, my view on that's changed a lot.
It's also really impressive that the writers are, and it's not always like amazing storytelling. Sometimes it's just passable, but
Yeah. Well, it's not always going to be.
yeah, but
Especially
they
in MMO where you're making content constantly.
100%. When they always manage to take those fan servicey items, but they don't just take them and go, here's Final Fantasy 3, here's Final Fantasy 5. It's literally like, here's that idea from there, but it is this is the Final Fantasy 14 version of it, and it's part of
such an
our story and
excellent
our lore.
weaving.
Yeah. So
It's so well done. Like even like a reference for earlier in the game, you're going to this place called the Crystal Tower, and you fight the Cloud of Darkness from what is it? That's 3 Final Fantasy 3. She's the main villain
you
in
can't
it.
quote me on that because I don't have a lot of experience with the old Final Fantasies. So
Yeah, I'm not saying exact. I think that's what it's from. Not 100% certain, but it's just that throwback. But they weave it into a way that like it fits into this complex storyline so well. It's just ridiculous how well they are weaving this without making it super fan servicey. Like, oh, here's this person. You're in Final Fantasy 3. It's
and not always though. And the example the community always gives is Kefka was kind of thrown in the game.
he
Like,
was kind of
that was such a weird one. So, but
yeah.
anyways, I mean, obviously, I agree with you. And if people are interested, there is technically level and story skip options if you just want to experience that. It does cheapen the Storm or Shadowbringers story, just because it kind of retroactively improves the original game's story as well, which is really weird.
Yeah, that game, we talk about it all the time. It's one of the regular topics we talk about on the channel. But like, the story is a major factor of that game. And I know anybody who's passionate about an MMO, they're playing a lot, will most likely get into the lore. WoW being a great example, and that's fun, and they want to know more about it and stuff like that. But the gameplay isn't necessarily as restricted by your progression in that story, whereas this game is, and there's a reason for that. They're trying to tell you a story that you would probably get out of a JRPG. So it's a game you got to go into knowing that you're going to be playing through a story, and it's worth paying attention to because they put the time into it. Whereas I know a lot of people, me and MMOs, you're going through the motions. You're level 1, you played a million MMOs at this point, you fucking played them all, and you hop in, and you're like, okay, I'm going to pick this class. I've played another ones. Oh, it's slightly different than the other times I've played it in another MMO. I'm going to fucking level. Where should I go? Okay, I'm going to do the quests in this zone. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. Those guys talking about like, oh, the army of the West is coming over. And the king needs this. Okay, yeah. Then you just run over there, blah, 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 blah. It's not one of those games. It doesn't have like generic, just fantasy shit going on. So it is a major factor of the game.
And as I said, the development philosophy is each chunk of the game is meant to be a standalone story and content of a $60 game, essentially. And they charge $40 for the expansions. And they want you to be able to stop playing, which is not very MMO thinking. They want you to be able to not feel bad about not playing, come back later, catch up on the story. That's the mentality they have on it. So it's very interesting.
Path of Exile thinking as well.
Yes,
They're like, you're going to leave at some point. We're just going to let you know when to come back.
exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. So
Yeah. That's the way you got to do it.
One of the other things is that the community is so welcoming in this game, which I think really helps with the experience. Most. You run into a few here and there. It's rare though. It's really rare to run into someone who's just like, you're a piece of shit. You suck at this. Blah blah blah. Most people are like, hey, welcome. This is what you need to do. If not, we can practice it or get the hang of it. No big deal. We get it.
I have the worst thing I've ran into that game. It's only happened once. The worst thing I ran into that game is some guy was being slightly passive aggressive.
yeah,
He's like, man, if we would have stuck together, we would have survived. And we're like, we know.
yeah.
That was it though. That's not.
It happens
I don't
every
give a
once
shit
in a while.
about
And
that
a
kind
lot
of
of
thing.
times too, if someone pops in and they're like, "Hey, I've done this before," people will immediately go, "Okay, we're not going to expect perfection out of you now." And like, so
Whereas you play WoW and you fucking, you're just kind of on autopilot and you hit that fucking need button on accident. Someone's like, he had fucking need and not greed. What the fuck? Kick him. Get rid of him now. I'm like, holy shit. You gotta chill that out.
Yeah. It's great. It's just so much fun, and there is so much to do.
well, the game's technically 10 years old at this point. So
I mean, but even just within this expansion, there is so much to do.
Yeah. 2 game of the years.
yeah, but the other one got 2 as well. I mean, those were essentially the games this year.
Which is interesting because
Yeah.
that's a very us thing.
Yeah.
Most places would be Control and Death Stranding, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Sekiro, according to one.
I saw that on another thing recently
Oh, really?
too. Yeah, so
Interesting.
that game's getting a lot.
I've mostly seen Control winning a lot, which is great to see. I love
Yeah.
Control. And then Death Stranding's been getting a lot of shit too. But yeah, Final Fantasy 14. It's interesting that this channel, we got 2 Game of the Years for this and Death Stranding.
I just wish I had more time to play those games. That was part of my problem. I didn't have the investment at the time to
Yeah, for sure.
put into those.
well, and it's funny too because we've done this now 5 times.
4 or 5 times, yeah.
Jesus.
And I've had the opportunity to mention 14 as a game of the year before, and Heaven's Ward was out when we did our
Was that
second
your Game
one.
of the Year?
It was a runner up.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Now thinking back, if I were to say it now, I'd probably change my mind. But it was Metal Gear Solid 5 that year. Was my game of the year.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. Although, that's my least favorite Metal Gear Solid.
Well, and like I said, looking back on it now,
Story-wise. Gameplay.
I
awesome.
probably would have a different opinion today. But that being said, this is the first time I've even mentioned 14 as such a strong ability to be that game there. Because even then, like I mentioned it because it was definitely one of my top 3 experiences. But Metal Gear Solid 5 was just like such a more impactful for me that year. That it ended up being my game of the year. So
It's interesting to see over the years that this was able to creep up in your Game of the Year.
this storytelling just is
Yeah.
undeniable.
That just shows, even though you are biased because you like the game a lot,
100%.
it shows that you're not just giving a Game of the Year time it comes out. So
No, and I keep emphasizing Death Stranding. Had I not, if I would have just played Shadowbringers with no like history with this game, I don't think it would have got Game of the Year.
or if Shadowbringers didn't come out this year.
Yeah, Death Stranding is amazing.
Yeah.
So
I guarantee that if I had the money to play Resident Evil 2, it would have made it.
I think it would have been on your list for sure because
it'd
I
be
know
hard
you,
for it
I
not
know
to
you like Resident Evil.
I
And Survival
love
Horror.
that game so much.
It's-
And I love
it's-
watching people play it.
Really fucking good. I was surprised it made it on my list because I didn't think I was going to be putting a survival horror game on my fucking top 3.
especially a remake.
Yeah, but it's my second favorite game this year. Like when I beat it, I was passionate about it. I was like, yes, dude, this is fucking back. This is what I want. Resident Evil's dead to me, and fucking now this is like, just make this shit. Do this. 7 was a good start. Remake 2 is fucking, or 2 remake is fucking awesome. I'm stoked for 3. It's like my least favorite Resident Evil of the earlier Resident Evils. So, yeah, I'm stoked that could be on my runner-up list because I just didn't see it happening. But when I think back on like what game was I think about the most, which games did I enjoy the most, which games was I was like telling people like you got to play this, it was that game.
It's gonna be so tricky next year because
I already know my games.
it's really hard to imagine anything outside of what it could be.
Oh, next year we are in the year I'm referring to.
Yeah, well, we're sorry. The next episode of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, realistically, something's gonna have to like sneak out and just be absolutely, unknowingly amazing. So
I'm calling it now, right now. I already jokingly said this, but I know my top 3 already. It will be Cyberpunk, it will be Last of Us 2, and it will be Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I keep jokingly apologizing to Ghost of Tsushima because I know it's going to be good, I hope, but it's not going to be better than those 3. The thing I'm having an issue with, though, I want to just call it, it's either going to be Cyberpunk or Last of Us Part 2. It's going to be my game of the year. Oh, shit.
okay.
We gotta get the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Battery probably died.
You want me to stop this?
No.
Okay.
What happened?
Camera shut off.
Oh.
The battery died. Yeah, it's not plugged in. So.
But yeah, it's either gonna be Last of Us Part 2, Cyberpunk for my game of the year, and then the other one that doesn't make it in that point will be sharing space with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'll be very surprised if that's not correct, and I would be happily surprised if that's not the case because I don't want to go into this year just going like I know my favorite games, but I have a real strong suspicion that those 3 will be there. But yeah, we should probably close this out because our camera was just like, hey, I'm fucking tired. And I think we are as well. So
Yeah.
Unless anybody else has anything to say about game of the year, runners up, things that happened in 2019.
I was gonna say my list is probably going to be very similar to yours next year in that regard.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, just a quick reminder before we close this out, we will be doing our annual best month of PlayStation Plus. We do this every year. We go through all 12 months of last year and we go through a roster and we vote. So it's dynamic on what was the best month. We'll talk about each month and the games that are offered on PlayStation Plus. Since we do Plus Club every month, it's kind of our game of the year for PlayStation Plus. So that should be coming up hopefully next weekend. I want to do it sooner than later since I don't want to do it in like February, moving away from 2019. We need to be talking about 2020 things. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Tastecast, episode 106. As always, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook, and TikTok at Tastely Gaming. Check out our streams, links down below. You can watch us most places. We have a Discord link down below. You can talk to us anytime, all the time. We're on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast platforms if you prefer to listen to us. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Until Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, have a good night, week, and take it easy, guys.